now, that's for sure.
He's got a score of 30 on the board now. The men, in case you missed the start of the slalom, started 13. The women earlier started at 14.25. So Matthew Southam just waiting for the water to die down a little bit. Still a little bit of chop on it down in front of our commentary position, brought about by the northeasterly to northwesterly we have blowing at the moment. It's not too bad yet. Cool change was forecast for later on during the day. That might turn things around a little bit. How late, we don't know. And while we have you here, Bruce, how are you feeling? You're first out on the jump.
Yeah, first out on the jump. And I tell you what, the jumpers have been keeping a real keen eye on the wind. It's very blustery. Yeah. And when you're cruising through the air at 70 mile an hour, 140 Ks, things can get a bit hairy when you get a big gust of wind. So a bit nervy.
I wonder if Matthew is 11.25. This is the pass that will get him out of the medal contention, one would reckon.
Yeah, look at this, an aggressive start, a great start for Matthew here. Oh, he's early at 2. Good stuff. Oh, he slammed 3. He's well ahead of this course. Oh, big buckle. He's in trouble at 5. Oh, but he's
going to make it.
That's a great start.
Fantastic.
Look at him. He's the dark horse. He's got nothing to lose. He's just gone out there and put the pressure on the rest of the field.
Oh, that was a tremendous run.
That's unreal stuff. Let's see here. You can really see the width he gets on the boat. Slamming himself around that turn, accelerating through the wakes. Nice turn, right ahead of the course here. He's got a big turn here on 3. This is where he made up a lot of ground, but you'll see here on number 4, he's a bit slow. He bends forward at the waist. Thought he was gone there. Comes into 5 and says, I've got it, I've got it.
The light was at the end of the tunnel there.
Great stuff.
36 his score so far. Before his next pass, let's go to the presentation area. Here's Mark.
Well, thanks very much, Peter. Very important presentation to a very good old friend of ours, a competitor here from 1962 to 1975. For 15 years, he was chairman of the organising committee. And after that, well, in between all that, he did 26 years as a commentator with us at the Moomba Masters. And that's Ian Faulkner. Ian, some great memories for you in this 40th year.
Oh, certainly. It's well, I stayed home yesterday and watched it on television and enjoyed every moment.
Yeah, I hope we've got some more great moments today. Now, you've got a little bit of a surprise coming up from Max Kirwan from the International Water Ski Federation. You are officially receiving life membership and entering the Hall of Fame. So, a tremendous achievement, Max.
It certainly is, and there's only a handful of these left in the world, and Ian is a recipient of one, and very much so. We nominated Ian from Australia, and unfortunately the other 87 countries in the world agreed, and for all of those things you just mentioned before, that is the reason Ian is receiving this magnificent plaque from the International Water Ski Federation's Hall of Fame. Ian, shake it with my left hand, but I'll have to hold your plaque with the other as I give it to you.
I'm sure you'll find a good spot for that at home, Ian. Greatest memory over all those years down here?
You'd have to pick the first 200 foot. I remember I was commentating and I was useless. Peter Landy did all the talking. I just kept saying fantastic.
Brilliant. Well, we hope we'll see another world record today to celebrate the 40th year.
That'd be
congratulations.
Wonderful. Thanks, Mark.
Pete, back to you upstairs.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Max, and congratulations to Forky. It was a pleasure to work with him. One of the gentlemen of water skiing, and I might add, an honour richly deserved. Matthew Southam. This is the one he wanted, Bruce. Take us through it.
This is the one he wanted. This is where he starts counting the money, but I tell you what, I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. He needed to get to number 3 to put the pressure on the other boys.
Got 2. So that'll be his score, 38 to be confirmed. Yes, it is 38. 38 for Matthew Southam, but not a bad score to open the batting. But you've got the likes of Steve Cockram, Mapple, Cox, Paredes, and Chris Parrish still to come. But importantly for him, he does have the score on the board. And so the spotlight turns now to the Kiwi, Steve Cockram. Starts with a score of 18 because they start on the 13-metre rope.
Yeah, Steve Cochran's one of the, he does what it takes in every event. He's won a World Cup before. He knows what it takes to win. Second at the World Championships. He's a great contender, and he's the best slalom skier New Zealand's got down here. Actually, in the Southern Hemisphere, he's the best. So he's representing us pretty well.
Where do you rate Kyle Eade then?
Kyle Eade, and in slalom, he's probably around about the 28th, 30th mark, around about there.
Scored pretty well, didn't he, in the overall on Saturday, Kyle Eade?
Yeah, just the ability of Kyle Eade, and you think he's so far down the list in slalom, but he's a remarkable slalom skier also. But Steve Cochran's just got the edge.
What do you think might be a winning score? Southam's got 38. What do you think might win it today?
You know, I'm gonna have to stay around 4 ball at 39. The 10-2-5 line that Matthew is on, that's where it's going to come unstuck today.
That 4.
Yeah, the conditions aren't as nice today, a little bit blustery, and it's you got to be pretty lucky with the wind. If they get a bit of a gust down there, pushing him down, it'll be in a bit of trouble.
All right, let's go down to Andy.
Thanks very much, Pete. Matt, that was a great score today, but 3 would have been nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would have been nice being all settled with 2. I'm just out there to do what I could, get as many boys as I could. I think it's going to hold out, but I'm pleased, so what the hell.
Now, you're first out today, and obviously you're the real bulldog competitor. You'd slam dunk that 135 side and really just go out there and attack it.
Yeah, I mean, my philosophy is hang on, you know, and see what happens.
Well, Steve is one of your fellow training partners. We'll have a look at his first pass. This is 13 metres for Steve Cochran. He's through the gates. A nice turnaround, number 1. A real warm-up pass for Steve, the big Kiwi, the silver medalist in last year's World Championships. A 2-time silver medalist, and doesn't he look fantastic too? Carving up the water and over across to round 6 and out through the gates. And Matt, you've now got to sit back up here and chew the nails and watch the other competitors. 2, what are you predicting is going to be enough today for at least a place?
I think for a place, you've got to get deep down, you know, 10.75, beyond 4, and you're looking at a medal, but...
Well, the positive thing is you've got the score on the board. Well done.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, Andy. Speaking to Matthew Southam, our first competitor today in the slalom final. 38 was his score. Steve Cochran, well, he didn't have too many problems there, Bruce. Seems to me to have the ideal build for a slalom skier.
Yeah, Steve is very surprised in the way he works behind the boat. He really works hard behind the boat. You watch him compared to Matt Southam, he works a lot less. He doesn't get down in the water. He doesn't move his body around. Steve's a very technical skier, very smooth. Both sides, very even turn there. He really thinks about a lot of keys when he's going through his turn. He's thinking, keeping that hand close to the other. Don't reach too much, keep the body still. He's doing it all right there.
Mark Beretta's rejoined us, and he's still puffing, and it's time to introduce Drew Ross, who's also joined us this afternoon. G'day, Drew. How are you, mate?
Great, thanks very much.
Drew, the slalom event you're looking forward to it this afternoon. Unfortunately, you're not out there as the Canadian champion. Would have been great to have you there, but it just shows how good this field is. You weren't able to make the cut this time around.
Absolutely, it's a very difficult cut out there, and it's going to take a big score for a win today. We saw a new course record yesterday by the American Chris Parrish. We've got the world record holder, Andy Mapple, Steve Cochran on the water right now, Wade Cox still to come. What a tough field.
Drew, who's your tip?
I don't know. I tend to favor Parrish today if he's able to stay, stick to his nerves and be able to uphold his top seed. I think he is skiing the best right now. It'll be interesting to see.
Did he scare Andy yesterday, do you think?
I don't know if he scared Andy so much as he made it a reality that, in fact, he really is here to stay. He's capable of the big score. We've known that for some time. It's just a matter of time before it materializes in a final.
And there is a beautiful 12-metre pass for Steve Cochran. And up in the tower here, you can hear the Kiwi cheer squad downstairs. I think they've come straight from the America's Cup.
And the cricket.
They are giving him a big razz at the moment. Steve Cochran, who will be back on the 11.25-metre line. So much in a busy skier's day, it's hard to find time to relax, but Steve manages to get a few minutes here and there.
Life of a professional water skier is pretty stressful. Out at the lake training, water skiing, it's pretty hard. So get rid of some of that stress. I do a bit of golf. See if I can whack this ball out of sight like Michael Campbell, a good Kiwi. Ah. Life of a pro water skier is pretty tough. Out at the lake, water skiing, it's a pretty hard lot. So to unwind, we try and I play a little bit of golf. See if I can whack this ball out of sight like Michael Campbell, another good Kiwi. Life of a professional water skier is pretty tough. Out at the lake, water skiing, it's a hard lot. So to unwind, play a little bit of golf. See if I can whack this ball out of sight like Michael Campbell, good Kiwi. Use a few balls though.
It's a good thing you've got plenty of them, Ralphie, too. And I think we're running out of videotape there as well.
I like the second one. I remember I was playing golf in the Hay Cup out at Huntingdale once. On the 14th, I bounced it along the lake and it ran up the other side.
I think that's what Steve was aiming for as well. Well, it's good to know, Bruce, that when you're travelling the world and you're playing golf, you are under no threat from Steve Cockram.
Yeah, we can see that, that's for sure.
11.25. The fun's over.
He got his lines right every time.
He just had trouble with the golf ball. Number one, this is hard work. Steve Cockram, 58 kilometres an hour. Around number two in good shape. The Kiwis are screaming downstairs as he makes his way to 4. He's lost a little ground. He's going to have to get the brakes off and get moving to get to 5. There's 5, 6. By jingoes, he's got it. Steve Cockram's made the 11.25. And he's brought the crowd to their feet. That was a tremendous run. And takes a big sigh of relief.
Whew, I tell you what, he was in a bit of trouble there. You know, Steve is usually very smooth on this pass. He usually be able to do it pretty nice. Great. You see, he dipped the handle in there in the water there. That's unlike Steve. Recent years, he's been trying to get out of that bad habit. He tries to keep his handle out here, but he actually falls at his turn, gets a bit of slack rope, and races into 5. A lot of speed, breaks at the waist. But I tell you what, his reaction time, he picked back up on it really quick and got around 6. But he's that dipping in the handle around number 2 balls, giving him a lot of grief.
Let's analyse it now on the Australian Unity. Super slow-mo. Drew?
Yeah, what we see here is Steve coming across the wakes very nice into 135, and he managed to turn 135 very well all through the pass. 2-4, unfortunately, Steve's good side posed a little bit of a problem for him on this pass. You see him dipping into the handle, dipping the handle into the water, not getting the angle out of 2. Slightly later into 3 than he was, and skiing further down course each time. Fortunately for Steve, he's a very smart skier, very patient, able to continue to have his direction cross course. So although he's not cranking on the good side turn, buoys 2 and 4 as well as he can, Steve stayed with the pass. He's in there. He's coming back at 10.75 to give a crack for the title.
Needs 3 for the lead. Currently held by our first competitor, Matthew Southam from Great Britain. He scored 38. Steve Cockram on 36.
And interesting to see, too, that the men and the women both working hard on the 11.25. The women travelling at 55 kilometres an hour, the men at 58. But just that 3 kilometres an hour is a tremendous equaliser between the two fields.
Yeah, it does. It really picks up a lot of speed. The acceleration factor alone is a lot. Behind the boat, they generate not twice as much more speed, but a lot more speed than the women. They have to work a lot harder, turn a little bit harder. But I tell you what, Steve's got his work cut out for him now. Didn't look that smooth on that pass, and to get down to number 3, he's going to have to really work for it.
It came from beneath the sea.
And Scott.
Interestingly speaking, guys, I had a word with Steve just prior to skiing, and he elected to take 10.75 downwind, and he said 3 would be nice, 4 would be better right here. So if Steve would be able to put a score of 4 on the board right here, I think he'd really push the remainder of the competitors and perhaps hang in there for the chance of the win.
Well, just a brief delay while the officials clear that debris that you saw earlier in the course. Unfortunately, most of the river has been clear during the course of the 3-day event here, but today with the big crowds, it is unavoidable. The odd obstacle or obstruction falls into the river or drifts down, and we don't want to put our skiers at risk in any way, so they will be held while our officials clear the course. And Steve Cockram, well, what is this, Steve? Is this a bonus for Steve Bruce or a negative?
No, I think it's a bit of a negative. You know, the conditions aren't really changing that much, but when you're into a rhythm and you're running your passes and then all of a sudden you're psyched up and then you've got to make a bit of delay and you know he's coming in at his hardest pass, it's kind of a tough break for Steve. But, you know, you don't want to hit anything in the water. You know, you hit something in the water at over 100 kilometres an hour, you know, it'd be pretty nasty.
Well, the river's been reasonably clear and clean the last few days. Great work done by Parks Victoria. They maintain the river superbly. A lot of rubbish traps are located at strategic places upstream from here. And you'd be amazed how much they collect after some heavy rain. But we haven't had heavy rain for quite some time.
And 40 years of the Moomba Masters this year, and we cast our minds back to 1961, and the very first women's slalom champion was the great Rosemary Margan, who is, of course, in the years gone by, tremendous media personality in Melbourne.
Still is.
And absolutely. And is with Andrew at the moment, the very first winner, AB.
I have got the very first winner of the Moomba Masters, actually the first and the second winner. Rosemary, it's great to see you back, and we've got a wonderful day for the 40th year, haven't we?
I think it's only as it should be. We always had pretty good weather. There were only a few times that it's really poured with rain over the years.
And have you had a chance to have a look at some of the skis and see how things have changed over the years?
I sure have. The skis are totally different. The skiing's totally different. But we had to learn. We were a group of Australians trying to learn from books because we had no one to teach us.
And of course you were on timber skis back in those days, and now we're on fiberglass ones.
Yep. I remember Ronnie Marks actually got a plank out and he shaved a bit here and a bit there for me, and we worked out the best angles. It was a very unusual ski, that one.
Okay, well, it's nice to see you back. We're just going to have a look at Steve Cochrane King coming in now. The 10.75, he's around that one and across to 2, and he has equalled Matthew Southam. We'll just wait for an official score from the tower. But Steve Cochrane, 2 boys at 10.75. And that was a wonderful score, wasn't it? And it's great to see you back here at Moomba. You're going to stick around for the men's and the women's jump?
Certainly am. You wouldn't keep me away. It's fantastic. Lovely to be here.
Great to see you here. And guys, Steve Cochrane really hotting it up.
He was not happy there, was he? Not happy at all. Watch when he throws away the rope. I don't know whether he hit something, Mark, because we saw the crew trying to get cans and rubbish out of the water. Let's see what the ski does. Couldn't see anything.
I think it might have just been in the turn. He really had his chance there at number 1 and couldn't complete it at 2. So Steve Cochrane now sits back and sees how far he can go up the list. He's checking the bottom of his fin. That's interesting. More on that drama when we come back from the break. Welcome back to the Masters of Water Skiing, the most prestigious event in the world, the Wimbledon of water skiing, and we're on the water with one of the greatest of all time, Andy Mapple. He's won here 11 times, and he is chasing that score of 38, set by Matt Southam and Steve Cochrane. That is the mark to beat. His opening pass on the 13-metre line, and have a look at this for magnificent slalom. He was virtually built for slalom, this guy, Andy Mapple. Look at that gigantic reach as he goes around number 1, over to 2. In great shape, working hard. There's 3. Over to 4 on this opening pass of 13 metres. Big wall of spray out of 4, 5, 6. And there are the gate boys. Great opening pass for Andy Mapple, who really, Bruce, is on a mission today.
Yeah, that was a great opening pass for Andy. He's settling down well after yesterday. Didn't look very steady yesterday on his ski. He's a little bit moving around a lot more, but you can see he's right on target, cutting the backside of the ball perfectly. A nice reach, Kim the shoulder up. Great stuff.
You just get the feeling, Drew, that Andy Mapple might be on a mission today.
I think so. We saw Andy yesterday complete just one buoy, or sorry, half a buoy on 10.75, almost electing not for that top seed position. I think Andy's elected this morning to go out there, ski before the big guns, put up a big score, let them chase it. And Andy's trying to put the pressure on.
Drew, and if you were one of those guys still waiting, you'd be very nervous about watching Andy Mapple. Here's his second pass now, 12-metre line. At number 2, great looking run, big reach. He is right on the ball today. Over to number 4, here's 5 now for Mapple. Got that. And there's 6, and a completed pass for the 4-time and current world champion. And he is back to his best today, chasing his 12th title, which is an incredible achievement.
But no longer the record holder.
No, he had to give that up yesterday to Chris Parrish, yeah. And I reckon that would have hurt a little too.
Hurt him a lot. You can see a little bit of spark in Andy at the moment. The movements are now a little quicker, a little more aggressive. I think he's pretty pumped up.
I haven't seen Andy look this aggressive over the last 2 World Cup stops. I think he looks absolutely on top of his game today.
Bruce, when you're at the top, you often need a spark like this from a young guy just to get you back into the competition, don't you? I mean, it's hard. He's been competing. Well, he's been here for something like 14 years.
Oh, this guy wins and wins and wins. It's just like if you get second to Andy Mapple, you feel like you've won.
It's Andy and the rest.
Yeah, well, it virtually was there for a while, but he's got a bit of pressure today.
Absolutely. All right, back to the action now, 11.25. Now we're getting down to the tough stuff. Andy Mapple from Great Britain. through the gates and a mighty entry. Good start at number 1. Great form. Never loses that composure. Snaps up 2. When he wants to, he pulls out those super turns and makes up ground. There's another great one at 4, 5. And have a look how early for 6 on the 11.25 out through the gates. And he is sending a warning to the guys still to come. Hey, fellas, I'm back and I'm the best.
Yeah, he may not be slaloming the best of his game, but I tell you what, he's aggressive. You know, he needed a snorkel around number 2 ball. He just submerged himself.
Drew, down on water level, did you lose sight of him there at some stage?
Oh, absolutely. What a show, a display of his technique, strength, and pure domination of the slalom event with that big turn at 2 for Andy, just miles ahead coming into 3, controlling the rope, bringing it in all the way around, pulling long and hard into 4, as early as you can be, another hard turn on 4, across to 5, and then just showing how early he is on the course by his early approach to 6.
Fantastic. Well, we look forward to the 10.75 in just a few moments' time. Andy Mapple has given so much to this tournament. With 11 victories, he's become a household name, as did fellow Brit Mike Hazelwood. But just what does the Moomba Masters mean to Andy Mapple?
I've met so many people. I mean, before Moomba was a World Cup, you know, when Moomba was more known for just being a jump event, you know, I still came to Moomba. I enjoyed Moomba. Moomba was, you know, my start of my year. You know, it gave me something, you know, when I was back home in Florida, when I was starting skiing middle to end of January, it gave me a focus for the season. So I think Moomba has been a big part of my career and my seasons, because I made the effort to come over here, to come to Moomba Support Tournament. I made a lot of friends. But I always feel like it gave me a jump on the season, you know, because I could come over here and, you know, I could ski good, or I might get my rear end waxed. But I had a plan when I went home before my season started, you know, in the US and in Europe. So Moomba's been a really good tool for me. And, you know, fortunately, you know, I've had a lot of success out here too.
Yes, he has made a lot of friends along the way as well, because he's a great gentleman and a tremendous champion of the highest order. Here he is on 10.75 now. Crucial run into the gates now. Got number 1 in good shape. Over to 2, big wide turn. Still going well at 3. Oh, he's lost a little bit of ground and stood up. So it is 3 on 10.75 for Andy Mapple. He is up to the lead with 39. He is in front by 1 boy, and now it is a case of chase for the boys still to come.
Yeah, I said before it's going to take around about 4 ball, I think, to take it out. A little bit of a tailwind sprung up for him here, getting a little bit of slack. The wind doesn't slow the body down enough to make the turn. You can see a little bit of slack coming into the rope. Not a tight line there. He gets so much speed through the wakes here. He's early, but he's got a lot of speed, and he's just like saying, I can't slow down this enough to make the turn.
Well, he is in the lead. The question now is, will it be enough? Here is where they stand, and Andy Mapple has the lead by a boy from Matt Southam and Steve Cockram. Still Wade Cox, Jason Paredes, and Chris Parrish, the American who set the record yesterday. Steve Cockram still holding on. He's with Andrew.
Thanks very much, Mark. Steve, holding on to 2nd place. I'm sure you would have loved 3.
Yeah, sure, Andrew. My game plan was 3 or more for sure. Got a little lucky there with some debris in the river, and that they let it calm down. But unfortunately, on the way out there at 11, I hit something pretty hard and moved my fin a little bit, so the ski felt pretty squirrely there at
So you actually 39. Did hit something on the way out through the gates?
Yeah, a big clunk there at number 6 ball, I felt just as I was coming out towards the gates. And when I pulled out for the gates, my ski felt a little twitchy, and I think it knocked the setup around a little bit, and so I didn't feel so good at 39, but...
The guys up in the tower are saying the conditions are swirling around, and the scores today probably aren't quite as high as we expected.
No, you'd be right there, Andrew. It's, you know, it's interesting. You know, I felt like I could have got more than 2 ball, but then you see Andy, who's, you know, the legend in the sport sort of thing, goes out and stands up at 3. So he obviously feels that it's a little tricky out there as well.
Now, you know Andy pretty well. He said to us yesterday that he now prefers to go out midstream, not top seed. Do you think anything's changed there for Andy to want to back it off a little bit and perhaps go when out he wants to go?
Well, yeah, you know, he obviously doesn't like to be pressured so much anymore. You know, he wants to go out and just put up a good score and get into it that way and not have to worry about chasing scores. You know, we all have preferences. I'm with Andy on that one. I like to go out and, you know, my aim was to put up a big score. Unfortunately, it's sitting in 2nd now, and, you know, we'll see where it lands up.
Mate, just like the World Championships last year, it looks like you're going to finish with a silver again.
Well, silver would be bloody good here at the moment.
Oh, well done, mate.
Well, he might not get the silver either. Wade Cox is competitor number 4, also starting from the 13-metre rope. He's got to beat 39, which is Andy Mapple's score. Equal second, Steve Cockram, whom we've just seen, and Matthew Southam from Great Britain.
Here's Wade here. He's in great shape. Wade's very even on both sides turns. This is his offside, supposed to be his bad side, but you can't tell the difference.
Both look pretty good to me.
Yeah, when a skier has his foot forward, his right foot forward, that means his 1-3-5 is his bad side, and his 2-4 should be as good, but Wade is just symmetrical both sides.
So 3 American competitors rounding up the slalom draw in the final today. Second pass of Wade coming up in just a moment, but let's go back to Mark in our presentation area once more.
Well, thanks very much, Pete. We saw a fantastic women's slalom event, and we managed to get an Aussie in there in third place in Emma Shears, who is known as a jumper. Em, congratulations. Another great slalom result for you.
Thanks, Mark. I was really pleased to come third behind these girls. There's a great field out there today.
Well, you really put the pressure on them, which was great.
Probably not as much pressure as I needed to put on them. I knew that they would run 35, so I would have liked a bit further down, but I was still pleased with today.
Well, we've got something very nice for you from Doug Rudder from Holden. Doug, great for Holden once again to be involved.
Just magnificent, Mark, and thank you very much for the opportunity with Gary and Warren Smith and Holden to be associated with our luxury four-wheel drive wagons.
All right,
I'd like to present this award, if I may.
Please.
Thank you very much. Congratulations on your fine achievement. It's just outstanding from Holden, and a car that hopefully one day will become a real one.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, in second place was Christy Overton Johnson. And Christy, a great slalom event, tremendous to end in a runoff.
Yeah, I got to hand it to all the girls. They skied great, and like she said, the competition is getting tougher and tougher every weekend, so I'm just happy to be here.
And we will see you back next year, of course.
Yeah, I hope so.
All right, we look forward to it too. And another presentation, Doug, for second place.
Again, thank you very much, and once again, congratulations on your fine achievement, your cheque, and a luxury four-wheel drive wagon.
My son will like it.
He certainly will. You can take that home. Have you been waiting for this, Geraldine?
Oh, it's like a dream makes true. It's really nice.
All right, well, congratulations. You are the Moomba Masters champion for the year 2000 in the new century. Congratulations. A fantastic event and a tremendous one for you to win at 24 in a runoff with a great champion in Christy.
Oh, yes. Like already to be in runoff with Christy was really, really nice for me. And I'm so happy.
Now, have you rung Mum and Dad in France yet?
No, I will do it now. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, but it doesn't matter.
All right, well, you might like to open this envelope from Doug first and receive this very important trophy, which is the Sue Fieldhouse Trophy. It is a trophy awarded after one of our great female slalom skiers in Australia, Sue Fieldhouse, who was tragically killed in a motor accident, and one of the great champions here. And this is a trophy in memory of her, so hang on to that for a year and enjoy the memories of Moomba. Doug?
And thank you again so much. And from Holden and Gary and Warren Smith,
thank you.
We have your cheque and trophy. And more baggage, a four-wheel drive wagon. I hope it doesn't get bigger before you get home.
It will grow up one day to be a great Holden Suburban. And Doug, hopefully we are going to give away one of those Suburbans for a world record this afternoon. I hope you've cleaned it and got it ready to go.
Well, we've got one specially selected for this particular event, a luxury four-wheel drive Jackaroo wagon, and all that achieving skier will have to do is choose a colour from over on the display on the bank.
Okay, well, that won't be too hard to do. We hope for that in the men's jump this afternoon. We look forward to that. Congratulations to the girls. Pete, back to you.
Thanks, Mark. And, of course, no conversion of left-hand drive needed for those. Wade Cox on the 12-metre rope now. Let's take a look at him. He has to beat 39. Andy Mapple is our leader. Steve Cockram, 38. Matthew Southam, the same score.
Yeah, Wade had a great first pass here. Let's see how he manages the second pass. Really reaching nice, keeping his body very still. Look at his knees. He really uses his knees very well. Sucking up the water, sucking up the turns, controlling that ski, keeping it in the water. Great job, wouldn't you say, Drew?
Not too many problems for him, so he'll come back on his next pass, 11.25. Still to come, Jason Paredes, who was the leader for a good time yesterday before Chris Parrish broke the Moomba record.
I think Wade looks really in his element today. Look for Wade to really try to put some pressure on, not only to hope to beat Andy Mapple's score of 3 right now on the board on 10.75, but actually to go ahead and put a score for Chris Parrish and Jason Paredes to chase.
Thanks, Drew. The final 2 competitors, 11.25 now for Wade Cox.
Well, a bit of a slow one there. Oh, killer too. Fantastic. He really cranked it around that one. Oh, he's ahead of the game again. Waiting there. Awesome pass. Awesome.
Crowd thrilled at that. Standard particularly high, even though the score's probably not as high as originally we would have expected. Let's take a replay on the Australian Unity Super Slow-Mo.
Oh, got a great gate there, just touching the ball. That's allowed now. Nice angle through the wakes there, very well controlled. This is where he had a really big turn. Really big. Look at the pressure on the ski. He's pulling so many poundage on that rope. He really controls the pull well with his legs. If he pulls too much, he just sucks it up with his legs, bends them well. See a lot of the other skiers have really stiff-legged in the turn. Wade is just absolutely perfect. You can see this wind just slowing him down a little bit. He got a little bit of a head breeze on that, making it a little bit easier pass. On the next pass, it's a bit blustery. You never know what's going to happen.
Well, he can take the lead if he makes the next pass. He's got 39 to beat. Currently our leader is Andy Mapple with 39. Let's go down to Andy with the new Moomba record holder.
Yeah, I've got the new record holder with me, Pete. Chris, a great run yesterday, and we're looking for another big score today. The conditions, the wind just swirling around a little bit, but really you'd have to say 3 and 10.75. It's not out of your reach by any means.
No, I think it's definitely within my reach. Andy put a pretty big score out there, though, but hopefully if the wind stays down, I have a really good shot of hopefully running that 39 off again.
Well, obviously, last year you were top seed. Wasn't your day last year, but we're looking for a nice big score today. Now, going into 13 metres and being last off, and Andy now finished, he's finished off for today. How does that change in terms of your mindset and the way you go about things?
Well, I think today I just control my destiny. You know, I think it's up to me for what I do, and hopefully if everything turns out okay, I'll have a win.
Okay, Wade Crocs, this is the pressure run.
Oh, he's missed out, Andy. Mark Beretta's rejoined us, and I think Mark's as surprised as I am.
Absolutely, Pete. 2 boys to Wade Cox, so he joins the rest of the crew on 38.
There's a logjam there, isn't there?
It really is, and Andy Mapple looking better and better all the time. We thought maybe it wouldn't be quite enough, and Wade knows that he's missed out by a boy on getting right up there. So the leader is still Andy Mapple. Experience pays off for the veteran. Wade Cox, Matt Southam and Steve Cockram all tied on those 2 boys at the 10.75. So much more great slalom action to come as we get down to the business end. Back after this break. Year-old from California on the water at the Moomba Masters, live from the Yarra. This is Jason Paredes on his first pass under the Swan Street Bridge, getting set for action. 13-metre line. And now pulls away, set up for the 6-boy course. Opening pass, leans the ski over and away he goes. The boat speed 58 kilometres an hour, dodging from side to side. He'll more than double that as he crosses the boat's wake. And in very strong position as he moves through the wake too. Not troubled by it at all. At number 4, 5, 6, and a complete pass for Jason Paredes on his opening run.
Yeah, it was a great pass for Jason then. Settling himself down nicely. Shortest skier in the finals here. He really uses his power as an advantage. He really leans hard in a strong body position all the way through the turn. But he really turns tight on the backside of the ball.
It's interesting, Bruce, because the textbook of slalom skiing says that you must be tall to be a slalom skier, but Jason is an exception to the rule.
I tell you what, it does, and he's always there in every World Cup final. He seems to always be around, nudging these guys in the win. I tell you what, he's going to take one of these victories out soon.
Well, Bruce, you weren't a bad slalom skier when you were slaloming, and you're not the biggest giant in water skiing.
No, I was all right when they used to be able to scrap it through and, you know, turn and hook, and height didn't really matter too much. But now these guys are getting down to these rope lengths where I can only dream about. And, it's great stuff. See, look at this, two hands. Like, there's no chance I was going to do that at the 13-metre line.
That's incredible. That's just a show to the rest of the guys. Just have a look how much control I have at the moment. Second pass now down to the 12-metre line for the American, Jason Paredes. Things will get a little bit harder now, as you see, more of a crank turn over to 2 in great form. Leans away from the boat, opens wide, scrapes up number 3 across to 4. Now knows that he's almost home and hosed. 5, 6 now, and through the gate, boys, and are very relieved to Jason Paredes, and really doesn't look too worried about it at all at the moment. He is very much within his zone.
Yeah, he's right in there. He's looking really powerful, and got a little bit of head breeze on the next pass coming back, but, you know, this is the pass where he had to get under his belt. You can see he's well ahead of the course, out there waiting for number 3. Hooks around, coming into 4 ball, no trouble whatsoever. Always ahead of the game, Jason is. Ah, nice stuff through there.
Yeah, doing it easily, isn't he? Looks really good.
Yeah, it'd be scary if he had a bit of height, I reckon, Mark. He'd be a hard one to beat.
Let's see just how hard he's going to be. If he's going to be a real threat, he needs to make it through this next pass. This is the 12-metre for Jason Paredes. He certainly looks in form. Great start at number 1. Geez, really got off to a zinger there. Over to number 2, big tight turn. He's in command at the moment. Over to number 3. Beating this course into submission as he makes his way to 5. He's got this. 5 is fantastic, very early for 6. And hangs onto a heap of slack rope out through the gates. And Jason Paredes has a shot at the lead.
That was the best 11.25 pass I've seen today. He's well ahead of the game. Determination on his face here. The power he just generates, just cranks it, holds the pressure. He's getting the same amount of angle as Andy Mapple was getting.
It's not a bad wrap.
And holding on to it too. And you look at the strength of Andy Mapple compared to Jason Paredes, who's a much smaller build. And he's just aggressive. I guess the centre of gravity's a lot lower. He's able to get down and angle against the boat, get a lot of speed. And this is as good as probably, Drew, we've ever seen Jason Paredes look. He's right at his best at the right time.
Well, I think so. Jason definitely has the strong technique, and he's been skiing very, very well of recent. I know that Jason's desperately seeking a World Cup victory, and you know, that takes time too. So I think that now we're nearing the time where perhaps his mental game has caught up to just how well he's capable of skiing.
And Bruce, the important thing here is a win for these guys here will guarantee them a spot in the US Masters in a couple of months' time.
Yeah, I tell you what, there's a lot of skiers going for that. You know, pretty prestigious event in the US. You know, secondary to the world. It's a great event. The Moomba Masters is definitely up there as well. But, you know, Jason, to get up there in this pass, it's going to be tough. You know, the wind's picking up with a tail breeze, and slalomers just absolutely hate that at this short line length. Really
Needs 2 1/4 to get second, 3 1/4 to take the lead. I suppose the odds are he's going to finish up with 38, and we'll have 4 skiers on 38 boys.
Wow, that would be phenomenal. Well, if we do get a tie in that regard, it will be sorted out on world rankings. So at the moment, we've got 3 skiers tied in second place. But Jason Paredes has a real chance of taking this event from Andy Mapple. Great conditions as he enters the gate, boys, now. Number 1's crucial. He's got a good start. Over to 2. Oh, no, he won't be there. Down around 2, and he moves into what will be 5th position. 37, I think you would award him, Bruce.
You got to check this out here. Look at his number 1. His ski's going to come out of the water, and he holds onto it. Whoa. Look at that, all the way out of the water. And he wasn't going for a tie. He was going for the win. And you got to take your hat off to him because he wasn't going to play it safe. He was wanting to win it. But a bit disappointing.
Well, the 29-year-old Californian moves into 5th position. He is in 3rd place at the moment after that big tie for second. Andy Mapple still leads. Can he hang on? We'll find out after this break.
Fight the break of dawn, come to
That's all I know.
That was really good.
That's good, huh?
Yeah.
Nice accent.
Yeah, perfect.
Yes, Mark Beretta got that interviewing technique from me. One of the best jobs you've ever done, Mark. Congratulations. Which grab are you going to use?
I don't know, but it won't be the Italian one, I can tell you that.
Chris Parrish is our final competitor. He has to beat 39 boys. The leader is Andy Mapple, who's won the title so many times I can't remember. Chris Parrish, though, set a new Moomba record yesterday. Here's his first pass, a replay on 13 metres.
Had a great start. He is just riding on a high at the moment. The course record yesterday, big mental hurdle overcome in taking the lead from Andy Mapple and breaking his course record. And now he has a lot of confidence. In fact, fair to say he's brimming with it there at number 6. Out through the gates, and a tremendous opening pass for Chris Parrish. An exciting time for him, Bruce, just to know that you can beat Andy Mapple and break his record.
Well, Andy Mapple's been here 12 years, and he's had 12 attempts to break his record, and he got the record up there, and then Chris Parrish comes out and breaks it. So, you know, he's got to be riding on a high and feeling pretty good.
So they're the scores we have so far. Andy Mapple at the top of the leaders board. We've seen him there a lot. A logjam next with 3 competitors, all on 38. Matthew Southam, Steve Cockram and Wade Cox. Now Chris Parrish on 12 metres.
Now getting down to the business end. Good shape there as he moves through this run. can't fault his form, Bruce, at the moment. He's really in great shape. There's number 6 and stands up through the gates, and I wonder if he does feel the nerves at the moment.
Well, the only thing that's going to beat him, I think, is himself, because he's right on top of the game. You know, he's skiing absolutely perfect here. You know, right ahead of the course, technical. His ability and his reach is just absolutely perfect. Look at him all the way stretching out around the ball, so tight.
He really turned right on that down course edge of the buoy, didn't he? Right where he wants to be.
Exactly, and the key to slalom skiing is keeping a tight rope and getting onto your pull as quickly as you can. And, you know, he's keeping the rope really tight, not even flinching.
Wow, just incredible turns. You see here the importance of the pre-turn. Now he begins his turn once he crosses the boat wake. And when he gets to the buoy, just snaps it straight in, almost 90-degree angle. Big reef against the boat now. Straight after the second wake, onto the other edge, rolls the ski over. There's number 5, has a look down course for number 6. He's got that in his sights. And across to it beautifully. Out of 5, coming towards 6 is the only buoy that he seems to look straight at it. The rest of the time, he really turns his head and shoulders, Bruce, towards the opposite bank.
Yeah, exactly. 6, he's just cruising and getting across his nose. He's made the course, and he just wants to get out through the gates.
11.25 now for Chris Parrish, the course record holder.
So he scored 30, chasing 39, or 39 and a quarter to win.
Needs this pass. He deserves the win here after breaking the record yesterday.
Yep.
Lost a little bit of ground there at number 1. Over to 2. In good shape. Here's 3. Not a problem now. Settled down nicely. The knees working well. That big lean against the boat. Tremendous angle and strength. And 6, have a look at that for early. He could have done another 12 buoys in that direction. That was phenomenal slalom skiing, and the crowd appreciate that. An awesome performance from Chris Parrish, and only disaster is going to keep him from the gold medal.
It is. I tell you what, this is I said before, you know, everyone was running this pass quite hard, but Chris Parrish here, well ahead of the game. Look at him out here. He's just waiting here for number 4 ball. Right ahead of the game. The only thing he's going to beat Chris Parrish is himself. He just chokes a little bit. The conditions are nice. Wind's nice.
Did that really look good? Drew, I thought he might have got into a little bit of trouble here at number 1.
Yeah, Chris actually did not get the best gait that he's capable of getting. In fact, he skied rather at the buoy and wasn't able to continue to hold that tight rope. That may well play a factor in his thinking coming back at 10.75, because the 1 ball is going to be crucial if he, in fact, is going to be able to pass Andy Mapple.
He wants 3 and a quarter to win, 2 and a quarter to get second. 3 skiers on 38, so he'd like to beat 38 for a start. The way he's going, it suggests he'd do it.
Well, watch for a good number 1 out of Chris here. If he's able to get that good number 1, he may well be able to advance down course and perhaps get over to 4. He's going to have to really pick things up, try to tighten on the backside of 1 in comparison to his 11.25 meter pass.
So, Bruce, to win this, he has got to get around number 4. He's got to get to number 4 and make a turn.
Mate, I don't know. I've seen Chris a lot before in the past, and he hasn't done too well under pressure. And, you know, Andy Mapple's out there, the world's best, and I just don't know if Chris has got it to beat Andy Mapple. That's in the back of his mind.
All right, let's see how big his ticket really is. 10.75 metre line now. The gold medal pass. Can he make it? Number 1, he's got the start for it. He's conservative. That's a good number 2. Nerves settling down. He's got the 3's equal. Can he hold on? If he gets the 4, he's won it. He's won it. Chris Parrish is the champion. Chris Parrish is the champion.
Beaten Andy Mapple.
A tremendous effort. Well, he won it with the course record yesterday, and he has backed that up with a great performance today. And the biggest victory of Chris Parrish's career. He knew what he had to do, and that is exactly what he had in his mind. I don't think he'd even planned to go beyond there, Bruce.
No, he hadn't. He had 4 balls in his mind, I guess, and he's come of age, and he's really shown himself there. And he didn't falter at all. He could have ran that pass.
He's letting him know all about it too. What a day, what a weekend, what a performance by Chris Parrish. The record, the title, and Andy Mapple has a new challenger out there.
He surrendered the mantle.
A great performance. Although, this is not good. Chris Parrish getting back in the water.
Oh, I think they might be just giving him a ride, I hope.
Oh, that's okay. No, it's not a red ride. Our hearts are all skipped, but no, they are just taking him on a victory lap. Have a look at this. Drew, this was a beautiful setup to this pass.
What a wonderful start to Chris, just really making the adjustments necessary. Backside of that one ball at 10.75, early as he could be into 2, stayed calm, stayed tight, cranked it early across into 3, really working hard. He knows victory's within his reach here now, plays a smart turn at 3, skiing across now into 4. He can taste it already.
Drew, as you know, when you know you've just got to get to that boy to win, and there's the great reaction from Chris Parrish, the arms go up, and it has been a weekend to remember for Chris Parrish. It's an amazing situation, Drew, isn't it, when you know that you only have to go so far to win, and yet that time from one boy to the other, the boy that will give you victory, seems like an eternity.
Well, it really does, because not only do you have to, you've got a certain mark rather than the whole pass, you want to go ahead and stay smart and ski according to your keys and technique that you generally succeed with. But at the same time, you've got a background strategy knowing that you only need to go so far.
Thanks, Drew. Let's go down to the dock. Andy with our winner.
Yeah, I've got the winner. You led from start to finish this weekend, Chris. A wonderful performance, fantastic stuff. You were sucking it right in at the end.
Yeah, it was a great run. This is my first World Cup win. I had a great 38. Pretty good start at 39, and I'm on cloud 9 right now. This is great.
Now, tell us all about when you were sitting down at the city and you're sitting in the water. What was going through your mind? You knew you had to get past 3.
Well, I just said, well, you know, try to get a good gate and a good one ball and be patient at 2 and 3 and just go for 4 and go for the win.
This is a fairy tale start for you for the World Cup this year. A win down under first up.
This could be it right here. This could be my year right now.
All right, mate, we'll let you go and get that check from Australian Unity. Congratulations, and we look forward to seeing you coming back next year.
Thanks a lot. Can't wait to come back next year. Thank you. Thanks, man.
I'll tell you what, Mark, you're going to need a big winners podium because you've got Chris Parrish winning. Second was Andy Mapple, and you've got 3 skiers equal third. Jason Breedis is the only one that won't be there.
It's a tremendous result, isn't it? What they will do with that third place is go back to world rankings, and I think we'll find, Bruce, that Steve Cochran will come up into third place. So Chris Parrish, what a weekend for him. Andy Mapple in second, Steve Cochran with 38 boys in third. Well, one thing is, I think I'll be dwarfed down there anyway. They're big guys. Drew Ross, thank you very much for your contribution, and great to have you back at Moomba for another year. We will see you next year.
What a fantastic event. 2 new champions here, both on the men's and women's side. Perhaps a changing of the guards. Chris Parrish of the United States, Geraldine Jameen really coming through today, showing that the youth can really win on a day like this at the Yarra.
Now, what about you coming back to try and win next year?
You can expect to see me back. I definitely want a shot at the title. I can't wait to get home and get training. We've got another pro event in the States in 2 weeks, so do nothing but stay focused and keep driving at it.
All right, Drew, have a relaxing afternoon. Kick back and enjoy the men's jump, and of course get an early night tonight.
Will do.
Speaking of men's jump, Bruce Neville, you'll leave us now and go and prepare both for wife Tony's jump and your jump. You're looking forward to it this afternoon?
Well, actually, no, Mark, because the weather up here is a little bit blustery, and I've been watching the wind through the slalom, and I'm scared. You know, things aren't going so well. Perfect conditions 1 minute, then the next minute, big gust comes along, and if we get one of those gusts in the air, it could topsy-turvy for me, but hopefully I get the good winds.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
See what we can organise.
I think we look after our veterans, don't worry. Bruce, good luck. Have a great afternoon in jump, and we look forward to seeing some big things this afternoon.
Thanks, guys.
On you, Bruce.
Great to have you with us, Bruce. Well, the Moomba Festival is happening around us. Let's go for a Moomba update now with 7 News' David Johnston.
Well, what a great view the MCG presents. We're at the Yarra, but looking across to the G, a huge crowd in attendance for Hawthorn and Collingwood today. The Hawks' first home game at their new home against the Magpies. What will transpire? Replays this afternoon, Carlton and Brisbane, and Hawthorn and Collingwood on 7. Check your local guides. Some great footy action coming up, and we've got some terrific action coming up in the jumps in just a moment. They're the 2 matches you'll be seeing at 4:30 this afternoon on 7 in AFL replay. As I said, some big action coming up in just a few moments. In the women's jump, we've got 4 competitors: April Coble, Britta Llewellyn, Tony Neville and Emma Shears. That's the field for the ladies. And of course, Emma Shears, can she get a record? Can she take out the gold medal? She was 3rd in the slalom earlier today for the Aussies. And her big event is, of course, the jump. That's coming up in just a couple of moments. And then, of course, we have the men shooting for the Holden Suburban. If they can produce a world record here this afternoon, conditions might not be in their favour, because we have now, it looks like a bit of a tailwind. And the skiers don't really like that. Des Burke-Kennedy just jogged up the ladder. If you can do that, Des, welcome once again to our commentary position.
Thank you, Peter. It's really great to be back. You can just feel the electricity in the air out there, the tension, the build-up for this ladies' jump event. I think we're really in for a cracker when I look at that lineup. Just can't wait for the action to start, Peter.
No, I mentioned the wind, and probably not conducive to a world record, but I think they'll go fairly close. Most of the skiers say they don't like a tailwind.
No, they don't. I'm just watching the flags, the Holden flags, the far side of the river there, Peter, as we speak. It's going from a tailwind all the way round to a side wind. So there is a chance, I think, who knows, by the time the jumpers get out there. This is Melbourne. It may be a headwind by then, Peter.
Oh, now, Des, come on. You've been coming back here long enough. You're almost a Melburnian. We're just about set for our first competitor, who is April Coble. We'll take a break. Back with her first jump in just a moment. Welcome back to the Moomba Masters. That's the winner of the men's slalom for the year 2000, Chris Parrish from the United States. He set a new Moomba record yesterday. Today, he takes out the gold medal. Let's go to our presentation area. Here's Mark.
Thanks very much, Pete. Still can't get the smile off Chris Parrish's face at the moment, but first we'll talk to Andy Mapple. Andy, a great competition. They always are when you're here at Moomba.
Yeah, you know, it's like we had a great depth of field even the last 2 or 3 years, and especially this year. You know, going in that final, you knew with the 6 guys that were there, it was going to be exciting down to the end anyway. No choice, it was just going to be that way.
An amazing result in slalom here, both in the women's and the men's, crowning first-time winners.
Yeah, 2 first-time winners on the World Cup. I mean, that just shows, you know, what the World Cup's doing for skiing, and, you know, bringing new skiers into it, and you know, that's the way it's going to be. I think it's just going to be passed around all year.
And it's always a thrill for us to see you out here skiing, and we look forward to seeing you back next year to keep this field at the quality that it is. You will be back?
Oh yeah, I'll be back. Thanks, Mark.
Good, excellent. Chris, what a weekend for you. The course record and now the gold medal. Congratulations.
Oh, thanks a lot. It was a great weekend. I don't know what to say right now. I'm on cloud 9 right now. It was a great performance. Like Andy said, I want to thank the World Cup for making this possible, and Australian Unity and all the sponsors that are here today. And I also want to thank Andy Mapple and O'Brien Skis for helping me get my other ski last weekend that broke at Oz. They got me a brand new ski, and I want to thank O'Brien and Andy Mapple also.
Now, Andy actually designed this ski, and it's taken you to victory.
It's a great ski. It's working great right now. I think the Mapple ski is phenomenal. I love it.
All right, well, we can keep that smile on your face because Derek McMillan from Australian Unity has something special for you guys.
Yes, I've got these checks for you, and Chris and Andy, you're really looking after us today. It was fantastic.
Fantastic event, guys. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Enjoy the victories.
Thank you.
And everything that comes with it. Chris, we'll see you next year.
Thanks a lot. I'll be here next year for sure.
Excellent. Look forward to it. Derek, thank you very much. Thank you, Australian Unity. Peter, back up to you.
Thanks, Mark. Well, it promises to be a great field next year with those two coming back. And we've just had the first jump in the women's jump final. April Coble from the United States. Des Burke-Kennedy, as I said, is up here with us, and Des is going to take us through it.
Yeah, that was a nice opening jump from April. She turned fairly conservatively, not too late. Good control onto the wake. Nice pop off the top. Now, we haven't got a distance on that yet, Peter, but my guess, that looked like about a 42.
45.6 it's come up as, Des.
Oh, really? Well, I was going to say, if this comes out at about 46, she could well be in the running to win it. But that's an incredible opening jump, because my guess is, Peter, she will go later on her last one. Nice control there off the top of the ramp, body position right over the front. And just passing, yes, just passing the 40-meter marker there. So that was an incredible opener from April Coble.
Yes, I must admit, I didn't think it was quite that far myself, but that's what it has come up on the screen. Let's go down to Andy.
Well, I've moved down here onto the pontoon down the other end of the river, and I've got the top seed in the women's jump event. Emma, the conditions are great today, and of course everyone again is wanting to see a world record. Are we going to push it all the way?
Well, it's looking really nice out there, and April's just put in a big 45-metre jump, so it tells me that the conditions are nice enough to go fast, so hopefully
Well, I know you were just talking a minute ago about this little tailwind that's pushing down the river. Obviously, to be some really long jumps, we've got to hope that that just drops off a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. We want to get a little more float through the air, and that's not going to help us. So we're going to hope that that drops off a little bit.
And a 45 for April on the first one, that'd be exactly where she'd want to be.
Oh, exactly. So that's the best jump she's had for the weekend, so she'll be really pleased with that one.
And obviously, Curtis, he's in the final today as well, and his ankle is feeling 110%, he said.
Yeah, he's feeling really, really good about that ankle, so I'm looking forward to watching him jump today.
Okay, guys, here's April Coble's second jump.
45.6 she had for her first one. That's not quite as good. And Helena's been good enough to join us too. Downstairs, Helena, what did you think of the first one? It surprised everybody.
Oh, I think she just had a wonderful turn, just nice and easy, and just pushed it all the way through at the bottom of the ramp. This one looks like she actually went earlier than the first one, which surprised me, but something in the setup must have put her off a little bit. So she's been looking to coming in on the third jump and even going later.
What's going to be a winning leap, do you reckon?
Oh, I think they're going to go far today. It's looking great down here by the water, and I am sure they're going to be touching on that world record today.
Okay, thanks, Helena. Mark Beretta's climbed the ladder again. He's still out of breath. We'll give you a chance. Britta Willens, our next competitor, then Tony. The two Aussies round out the field, Tony Neville and Emma Shears. 39.3 was that jump from April Coble. Just couldn't quite get it all together after jumping 45.6 metres. So not a bad opener.
Peter, just looking at April's first jump, you know, her personal best is 46.9. She's only a metre off a personal best on an opener, which is very surprising. It's swirling wind out there. It's not really conducive to good long distances. But my goodness, first jump off the dock, just a metre off a personal best. We could be looking at, what do you think, 7:47, 48 plus maybe to win this. Well, this is turning out to be a cracker right from the first skier off the dock. April, of course, is also just coming back from injury, so this is really telling us now she's back to full form, and she puts all the pressure now on the others, but she still has one jump to go.
The exciting thing too is 45.6 on that first jump is her longest jump this weekend. So the indications are that we are going to see all the girls go a little bit further, and they'll be watching that, Des, on the dock, won't they?
Absolutely, and you know, conditions were better before, Mark, so this is the pressure of the Moomba Masters final in front of this enormous crowd here on the Yarra. What a fantastic event this Australian Unity Moomba Masters has turned out to be yet again.
And the favourite event of April Coble, 26 years of age, from North Carolina in the United States. She makes no secret of it. The Moomba Masters is clearly her favourite event. US Masters overall champion, two-time Moomba overall champion, 21 times US national champion. And now this is third and final for April Coble, holding out now. In good shape once again. The conditions, if they've been up and down, they're up at the moment. That is great. And another big leap. She's around about the same spot. And we're seeing some great jumps from April Coble.
Yeah, I don't think it was as big as jump number one, Mark. We're in a difficult position here to view the distance. I'd say a shade less than the 45.6, but I can tell you that 45.6 has sent a ripple back the dock. But we know the young kid on the block, Emma Shears, is last off. Now, she has the second longest jump of all time, and that still hangs there. But there's April. We'll see if we can get a distance on that, but I don't think it's going to be as big as that great opening jump of 45.6 metres.
Indeed, 44.0, so fighting 45.6 on jump number one will be her best. Still to come, the Super 3, Austrian Britta Llewellyn, Australia's Tony Neville and Emma Shears when we come back from this break. Welcome back to the Moomba Masters on the Yarra, the 40th year, and we are just sorting out one of the great events, the women's jump. Britta Llewellyn from Austria on the water for jump number one just a few moments ago. Great approach in, big lift off the top, and once again a sign of things to come. The longest opening jump, 46.6, and they are closing in on the world record mark of 50.5 metres. And that today has got to look under threat. Britta Llewellyn, an awesome opening jump, and husband Jarrett Llewellyn watching on very, very closely downstairs, and joins Helena Shaled downstairs. Helena, is he nervous?
Oh, he's looking pretty nervous, but I think he's feeling pretty good.
All right.
Yeah, that was a decent, I couldn't believe how far the distance came out. She was in a pretty good position here. She was moving around a little bit. Her legs were a little bit stiff, so she's not going to get as much angle, and but she got a great distance out of it.
A good looking approach, plenty of speed in. really attacking pretty hard. Jared, I just wonder, the intent, I guess, Helena, must be for Britta to come out and just throw everything at this jump ramp. She's very serious about this event.
Oh, she's definitely serious. She wants this bad. She wants to win down here, and she's getting ready for it. She's getting set up.
All right, number 2 now. Probably in the greatest jump form she's ever been in her life. This is a brilliant looking approach. She's got a lot of speed and an even bigger lift. Gets that tremendous spring, and that could be even bigger. If not, it's going to be very close. We're seeing a feast of jumping this afternoon, and the guys will be watching this, Des, and they will be pumping themselves up.
Oh, you're absolutely right. She had a 46.6. That's just 2 meters off a personal best. She is the European record holder, 9 times European jump champ. I thought, Mark, on jump number 1, she just hesitated a little as she crossed the wakes. Jump number 2, she got that right, and my guess is she's added a little to her distance. We haven't got a reading yet. Have we on that distance?
47.1, Des.
47.1. Wow, that is an enormous distance. Wow, that does put pressure on the others, and that's just 1.5 meters off her personal best, which would have given her a new European record if she can find it, and she may well do. She still has 1 jump to go. 47.7. It's an incredible distance.
Well, the record book's just being rewritten here. At the moment, we have a course record from yesterday. 48.6 is the mark to beat that Emma Shears set yesterday. She did 47.6 on Saturday. On Sunday, she bettered that by 1 metre, and that is the course record at the moment, 48.6 metres.
Well, she's just 1.5 off that.
Well, just wonder what Jared thinks coming into this 3rd and final jump.
Well, the distances are deceptive. I mean, I knew we'd get some good jumps, but they just, they've gone for them today. 47.1 for her, 46.6. She's got 1 to come. April Coble opened with a 45.6.
Well, Jared Llewellyn will be watching on very closely for this final jump. Just wonder how he feels about what he's seen so far.
Yeah, Jared, how are you feeling down here?
This is worse than being out there myself, but I was pretty surprised on the distance there again. She's got a lot of speed, a lot of scoot. She's just leaning a lot, and if she could just be a little more patient in the turn, be a little more square out of the turn, and that would help her get some more snap off the top, and she wouldn't get that bank, and maybe we can get another, meter or so out of her.
How are the conditions looking, you think?
They look really good. Right down on the water, great, but the wind's a little bit from the tail, so you're not getting much lift off the top of the ramp, and I'm pretty surprised on the distances. But here she comes, so we're pretty excited right now.
All right, watch on very carefully, Jared. 3rd and final now for Britta Llewellyn of Austria. Leaning away now from the pyramid tower, finds a spot, turns, working to the bottom. She's decided to let that one go and skis in towards the bank. And, well, Jared Llewellyn grits his teeth. Maybe that was the one that she could have hung on to. She was very, very late. Turned with a little bit of slack rope, and should she have hung on to it, Helena?
Well, yesterday she said that, hey, Jared always tells me to hang on to everything, and should she?
Well, there she was, she tried to snap that. She was running on a little fast, and she had a lot of slack there. And it was probably a good decision to let go. Your last jump, she's going home. I didn't want to see her get hurt, but she has a good score on the board. I told her to try to get a little better counter cut. She was slowing up in her on her approach to the ramp, and sometimes in the river, just with the conditions, all of a sudden you get a great counter cut, and all of a sudden she was probably 10 feet later running on more than she thought she was going to, and she just couldn't handle it, and that's where all the panic come from, and you can't have panic when you're coming into that ramp.
Well, the 2 Aussie girls are flying your way, Tony Neville and Emma Shears, straight after this break.
Welcome back to the Moomba Masters. The carnival doing great business over there. The Alexandra Gardens, and the spectators cramming the banks to watch the action. They've seen Britta Llewellyn so far jump 47.1, April Coble 45.6, and Tony Neville, the 2 Aussies. Last and second last out on the water. Tony Neville's first jump. Take us through it, Mark.
Well, an important day for Tony Neville. She knows that Emma Shears is going to do something big. And these 2 girls, they were level, and they had to have a jump off at the World Championships last year. So Tony would like to go 1 up today. Let's have a look at this first jump. Great approach in. Didn't capture all the lift that she needed off the top of the ramp. 3 big ingredients to a major jump, and that is the speed that you generate to the bottom. And here Tony looks fantastic. A lot of speed in on this second jump. That is much better. That is a huge flight for Tony Neville. I'd say that's a new leading jump.
She might have taken the lead with that one. It's going to be close.
I think you're dead right there, Pete. That was a great looking jump. As I was saying, you need the speed, you need the lift off the ramp, and you'll see the jumpers rock forward onto their toes, and we'll see it beautifully in the Australian Unity super slow-mo here. Let's explain exactly how jumping works as we go through with Tony Neville. The skis lean over now, nice slow turn, so you can accelerate all the way. You want maximum speed at the bottom of the ramp. She's got that here fantastically well. Now look at that spring, straighten the legs, and you see automatically she jumps an extra 2 metres into the air.
47.8, Mark, she's the new leader.
Fantastic. So the big jumps are on their way. Tony puts the hand down and slaps her leg and just gives you the feeling that she feels that she's got a bit more in the tank.
It's very close to Emma's record of 48.6 here. 47.8. Less than a metre behind.
80 centimetres off a new course record. Fantastic.
So we've got an Aussie amongst the medals already.
Well, very happy, I think, Britta Llewellyn with a 47.1 on the board joins Andrew.
Thanks very much, Mark. I'm not quite sure how happy she is now. She's just seen Tony just jump a few centimetres further. Britta, you were saying on that last jump you just had a little bit too much speed into the turn.
Yeah, I wanted to leave it late. I needed to take the chance, and I chickened out.
47.1 though, no mean feat.
No, I'm happy with it. I mean, I've trained hard for this, and I enjoyed myself, and I'm really happy with it.
Now, tell us a bit about the crowd out there. They really pump everyone up. I know you guys love coming to Moomba, but can you actually hear them?
Yeah, you can hear them really well, actually. As much as you concentrate this crowd, you can hear you so close to them, you're about 5 feet away from them, and this is part of why we keep coming back, because the crowd's so nice.
Okay, well, we love having you back, and we look forward to you coming back next year. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Britta.
Well, as Britta described, it is a very unique experience jumping here at Moomba. It's one that keeps the world's best coming back each year. This is what Tony Neville thinks about it.
To be honest, Moomba is probably one of the places in the world that spooks me more in jump, where then you'll have Emma Shears. It's her favourite place in the world to jump. Bruce, he loves it. But I have this thing in me that it makes me nervous. But basically the speed factor is something I have to get used to.
All right, let's see if she can make it work for her. Minimise that speed factor. Oh, this is a very late cut. She's going to have that speed factor this time. And the lift. Oh, that's big too. She is really having a big go at it. It was, as Steve Cockram said yesterday, fly or die for Tony Neville. She really had an aggressive attack at that, Des.
Oh, absolutely, Mark. You know, she jumped 47.9 at Oski a week ago. That was the longest distance in competition this year. She's got a 47.8 under her belt. My guess is watch this turn towards the ramp, digging in deep. Beautiful approach to the ramp, hopping onto the ramp. Not quite the same lift, I think. But let's just hang on and see how close to the 47.8 she got there on her final attempt.
46.3. Des not quite there, so her best jump, a second, that will count. And let's look at it on the super slow-mo by Australian Unity. You can see what Britta meant when they get so close to the crowd on the far bank. We've got low tide at the moment, Mark, so she's virtually running into the bluestone over there.
Using every piece of this river and using every piece of that Australian Unity jump ramp too. As you see, she gets right on the bottom right-hand corner as you're approaching and comes right off the top left-hand corner. Taking in the whole thing. Now, the way is clear for Emma Shears. She knows she needs 47.9 in a year that is very important to her to win here at the Moomba Masters. Helena, what do you think Emma's chances are?
Well, I think Emma's chances are very, very good. She's very psyched up and she's raring to go. I think on that last jump of Tony, Bruce told her to bring it down a little further down. She did, but not quite enough to get off a 49 or 50 meter jump.
Well, Emma Shears up on the water now. She's got tremendous support in the stands with the Shears Cheer Squad. All the family have made it down from Bendigo and regions of Victoria. Made the big trip to town and they have packed the stands here and are looking on as Emma gets set for her first jump. She's the course record holder of 48.6, has a tremendous history, and you've got to wonder, guys, what it must be like to be the mother of one of these skiers just watching on. And Kay Shears is in the stand and we've put a microphone in her hand. Kay, what is it like to be a mum watching your kids out there?
Awful. It is just awful. My heart is pounding 10 to the dozen.
Are you, I guess, mixed, isn't it? I mean, a little bit nervous about the risk factor and a little bit excited about how important this is for Emma.
This is always important for Emma to ski at Moomba. She loves the people. just loves the crowd, loves everything about coming to Moomba, and for her to be the world champion and to be down here supporting her home state in water skiing and supporting Australia, it's just the best thing for her, and the support is unreal. It's just amazing.
Well, you've got plenty of it around you. What, the whole family in this weekend?
I think we have the whole family. We've even had T-shirts made. Cheer squad. So
Good. All right, well, Kate, you sit back and enjoy this first jump, and we'll talk to you in just a moment's time.
Thank you.
The world champion here, Emma Shears on the water. First jump. What a nervous time. As Kay said, she really wants to come home and show the home crowd why she is world champion. She's the course record holder here, and, well, we won't mention it yet, but I'm sure world record is in her mind. Edging out now on this opening one. The crowd really giving her a tremendous cheer as she makes her turn. She's going to have a lot of speed on this first one. Oh, couldn't get the left. Unable to get the flight through the air. Plenty of speed, though, and the first one has passed by now. 2 more to come. They certainly do love her because she is a Victorian here.
She's a very low-flying one there.
Yeah, it just didn't come together as Emma might have liked there, Des.
No, Mark, she turned probably a little earlier than we had expected, then built up huge speed across the wake, and wait till you see when she hits the ramp, couldn't quite cope with it. Skis split apart, lost that momentum, and she knows immediately that wasn't it. But she's got 2 jumps to go. You know, when you're ranked #1 in the world, when you won the World Cup last year, when you're the world champion because you came first in the Worlds in Italy last year, when you're the young kid on the block, all of those things together, plus your family, this has got to be the biggest moment in her life. Now, we've seen Emma in so many events. She brings courage to the event more so than almost any other skier I've ever seen.
43.2, Des.
Wow, 43.2. Well, let me remind us all, her personal best is 50.2. So anything is possible from here on in. She'll discard that first score.
Yeah, not a bad jump, though. 43 metres off that jump. Andy is down on the dock with Tony Neville.
Tony, that was a great jump, 47.8, and you said it felt easy today.
Yeah, it actually feels the conditions are absolutely wonderful. I know it's not enough. No, this is Emma's place. I mean, this is her favourite place in the world, and I would have liked to have gone a little bit further. My second setup was perfect, just too early.
Now, your husband Bruce is first out in the men's event. You've had a chance to have a look at the conditions. Have you given him any advice?
I haven't had a chance yet, but I will be giving him a little bit of a talking to and make sure he calms down, because I think the biggest problem with both of us is we get too nervous.
Now, you saw Emma's first jump, and she just seemed to slip out there. What do you think went wrong?
I think she was a little bit anxious, like we all tend to get out there and want to go far, but she'll settle down now.
Well, you've got the score on the board. We'll let you go up here and coach Bruce. Well done.
All right, thank you.
And well, she's got a good score on the board, hasn't she? She's going to take a bit of beating.
She certainly does, but I'd tell you, I'd still have my chips on Emma at this stage. And I know you would, Des, too.
Yeah, I've watched this girl around the world over the last 4 or 5 years. Mark, she actually broke a record at my home club in Ireland a few years ago.
I was there.
You were there too. That's etched on my heart.
I bet you weren't shouting.
I didn't get a chance. You've obviously never had a drink with the Irish fan. Emma Shears, 24 years of age, a 7-time Moomba Masters jump champion, 96 to 99 US Open jump champion, World Jump Champion in 99 from the Italian Worlds, and second in World Cup slalom. That slalom just tacked on the end there, not really necessary, but you get the picture. Emma Shears can jump.
Well, you know, Mark, only 2 women in the world have ever exceeded 50 metres. Emma's one of them, and with her jump of 50.2, it just puts her 0.3 behind the current world record. Conditions here, I'm looking at the wind. It's actually died down a bit. It's now side on. It's not a tailwind anymore. Emma has 2 jumps remaining. 43.2 she's just clocked up. She knows about Tony's 47.8. Mark, here she comes on her next attempt.
All right, they are pumping her up in the crowd too. They've erupted for Emma Shears. And you've got to be a little bit excited about this. Holding out now, the advantage ski line. She stretches, waits for her time to turn. Away she goes, the skis on edge, a lot of speed. Big lift, that is it. That is a great jump from Emma Shears. That's the one we were waiting for. And that is going to make it very close indeed for Emma.
It'll move her up the board. I don't know whether it will give her the lead. We'll know in a minute or so.
I'd say it's definitely going to put her into a medal position, and possibly better than third too. Holding out at the Pura Tower on this replay. Looks as though, Des, she may have room just to move that cut a little bit further down. She is getting comfortable comfortably, I'd say, onto that jump ramp.
You're so right, Mark. I think, you know, she's matured an awful lot over the last couple of years. She's a young kid still, but you can see there she'll wind it up even further on her last one. That was a distance of 46.3, but remember now that both Tony Neville with 47.8 and Britta Llewellyn with 47.1 are just that bit ahead. But you're quite right, Mark. Look at this aggression as she cuts into the ramp. That deep position looks like Bruce Neville there, popping off the top of the ramp. But you're quite right, Mark. I guess she'll leave this last one now. So late, you and I will want to look away. And I could see there, Kay couldn't applaud, you know, because she still has that microphone in her hand.
Well, Kay, you're watching on. We've got one more to come. Are you feeling a little bit better after that second jump?
No, because I know she would have liked to have done it on her first.
Yeah, one more to come. Again, I guess we expect something big on this third one.
Oh, we'd like to see something big on this third one. She hasn't brought her cut to the ramp down far enough, and I think she might just change it this time.
How was she feeling before the event, Kay? Is she pretty relaxed?
She seemed to be relaxed. This is her event that she loves, and she was just anxious to get out there.
All right, well, 46.3 on the board. She's got one more jump to come. She needs a 47.9 to win this event. She's the defending champion.
47.2 would move her into second place.
Well, Helena is watching on downstairs. What's your feeling down there, Helena? Do you think she'll be able to get enough to win this?
Oh, I know that Emma knows for sure what she needs to do, and like Kay said, I think she needs to bring the cut down just a little bit in order to get a little bit more speed and carry her a little bit further. But she definitely has it in her, and let's take a look here on this last and third final jump.
Okay, final attempt now. The top seed in women's jump, the last competitor, the last jump of the women's jump event. The mark to beat, 47.9 metres. Here is Emma Shears of Australia, the world champion, holding out now at the tower. This one's a little bit later. She's going to have a lot of speed once again. And the big spring. Gee, I'll tell you what, that's it. I think that's it. Looks like we might have a winner right there from Emma Shears.
That will be really close.
And the smile on Mum Kay's face and the look on Des Burt Kennedy's face tells me that we might just have a winner. What do you think, Kay?
No, I'm not sure it's enough.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll wait
I'd like to think it was, but I don't think it is.
All right, well, let's hold on. As Emma makes her way back down, let's take a look at this one.
Oh, it is!
It is!
48.2.
She's got it! She's got it!
Wow!
Kay, congratulations.
Thank you.
You feel a little better now?
Oh, tons better.
Mark, you know, that was the longest jump of the year, so Emma Shears has made her mark. She's got back against Tony's win last weekend, and look at the smile on that youngster's face. Oh, my congratulations to Emma and the Shears family.
Yeah, tremendous result, and well, Kay, it hasn't been an easy year this year, has it? And Curtis gives Emma a big hug on the dock, but that must be a great relief for you, Kay, to see Em do so well out there, because it is a very special tournament, this one.
This is a very special tournament, and she's dedicated this one to her dad, and he was always so very proud of what these children did, and I'm just so excited for her. It's lovely.
Thank you very much, Kay. Great to have you with us. And Emma's down there. It has been a tough year. She did lose her dad in a tragic accident in January, in an aircraft accident. And, well, this was going to be a dedication. And I think, Andrew, she's done a tremendous job of it.
Mate, she's done more than a tremendous job. She's been fantastic today. Emma, you left it to the last jump. You had everybody on the edges of their seat. What was going through your mind? All the pressure was on, but you came up with the goods.
Oh, I was just like jump far, I guess, on the last one. I've had some of my best jumps here at Moomba on my last one, and I was thinking that the whole way down there. I'm like, you can do this, Emma, you can do this.
I know you were watching Ray up here in the tower. What did he tell you?
He just kept telling me to cut later because I was going too early the first two, and I couldn't get my pull into the bottom, and the last one was much better.
Well, it's a sensational victory for you. I know there's more than just a victory here today. It's a very special moment. We're all feeling for you. Well done.
Thank you very much.
And has she done it well?
She did have a sense of theatre about the whole thing, though, didn't she, leaving it till last?
Absolutely. That is Emma Shears to a T. Tremendous under pressure. Oh, look, she doesn't get nervous, Des. She's an amazing competitor.
Absolutely. And, you know, the sadness, Colin, her dad, was always here, always a great supporter. But, you know, he was a very courageous person. I know what's going through Emma's heart. This is the greatest possible ending, I think, for women's jump. My heart goes out to Kay and Emma and Curtis. It's a terrific ending to just a fabulous event.
And Curtis knows how important that was. Emma Shears, 48.2 metres, a victory. Tony Neville, 47.8. Britta Llewellyn, 47.1. And April Coble, a 45.6. A tremendous performance. Helena Shalanda, thank you very much. Great to see you back here at Moomba once again, and have a great afternoon. Enjoy the men's jump, and we look forward to seeing you next year.
Oh, I'll definitely be back, and I don't think we can have a better ending, except that Curtis goes out and wins this afternoon.
Well, that would be a fitting finale. Have a safe trip home and have a relaxing afternoon.
Oh, thank you very much. I will.
Thanks, Helena. Great to see you. Des, always fantastic to see you and to get your insight into the sport and what's happening at the moment. Just a very quick update on where we are with the Olympic Games, Athens 2004.
Yeah, Mark, fascinating actually. There's a meeting in Lausanne in Switzerland in 3 weeks' time. We have the Olympic Games in Sydney in September. Somewhere between then and September, we're going to get the go-ahead or not on water skiing. 30 million skiers around the world, 50,000 competitors. We should be in the Olympic Games. We have federations in 89 countries. The Greeks, the host country, have said yes, they want water skiing. They rejected 14 other sports. The Greek government has said to the IOC, we want it in. The IOC now have to make a decision. And to be honest, Greece is the home of the Olympic Games. If their present rules allow them to put another sport in, I see absolutely no reason why we shouldn't be there. 30 million skiers around the world. Mark cannot be wrong. And see you in Athens.
Just see you there.
Fly a few delegates out there, Des.
Absolutely.
Yep, if I could.
Hey, the good news is for Australia too, we'd be very happy to see skiing in the Olympic
Yes,
Games.
you should be. Let's bring the gold home to Melbourne.
Absolutely. I'm sure you'll be here to help us celebrate.
I
Des
will.
Too. Hey, great to see you again. Have a
Thank you
safe
very
trip home
much.
and have a
Bye-bye.
great evening.
Guinness.
All right, it is time for another Moomba update. Let's join David Johnson now in the city.
Welcome back to Swanston Street and this special Moomba tram parade. Coming behind me at the moment is the special Koori tram, which is being led by a group in the front of Indigenous dancers, and they're leading their tram in this great parade on this beautiful afternoon. This tram is specially painted by artists Donna Brown and Lynn Thorpe. It's based on Aboriginal body painting designs, and it's accompanied by the Will Shakespeare's dance troupe from Northlands High School. Now, coming up behind that is the trailer tram, featuring the Indigenous Rhythm and Blues Band, Cuz, headed by well-known musician and actor Tommy Lewis, who incidentally will be an Olympic torchbearer in St Kilda. And this tram will stop at Collins Street for the afternoon street party, featuring contemporary and traditional Indigenous music and dance. Now, this is the hallowed turf tram. This is Channel 7's own tram, covered in turf, supplied by Strathair, who recently supplied
back to the Masters for the big event of the day. This is the one, men's jump. And here is the man to watch, Australia's Bruce Neville. Waiting out wide now, looking for the right time to go. Away he takes off now on his first approach. Good speed, big lift off the top, and that is a great opening jump for Bruce Neville. Good looking jump. And distance through on that one.
58.9, Mark. His first jump.
58.9 on the first. This is jump number 2 for Bruce Neville, just after back surgery. And it's really helped him. He's relaxed a lot more. Let's see what he can do here. Good looking approach once again, generating that speed. And not quite all the lift, just seemed to slip out a little bit there. Steve Cockram joins us, who was a bronze medalist in slalom today and 2-time world silver medalist in slalom. And Bruce just seemed to just lose a little bit of lift there, Steve.
Yes, Mark, you know, Bruce is out there today and probably with the same sort of attitude as some of the guys yesterday, where it needs to all happen on the spot. And unfortunately, taking a pretty late cut there and slipping out a little bit, but, you know, trying to give it his all. He knows he's a little bit behind the 8 ball compared to the rest of the field at the moment, not quite in form. And so just slipping out a little bit on that jump.
And there is the final field for today's men's jump. Bruce Neville out first today. Scotty Ellis, Curtis Shears, Freddie Krueger, Ryan Fitz and Gerard Llewellyn, who will be the favourite. Now this is the third and final attempt of Bruce Neville, the only, well, key Aussie there.
Yeah, he is too. Celebrated his 36th birthday yesterday. Makes his way into the ramp. Oh, no!
That was a really late cut, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. He really was going absolutely make or break. And, well, Tony, an attempted landing on the Holden Suburban World Record.
Good on you, Bruce.
Boy. A great finish up there. His wife, Tony, who put that magnificent jump together in the women's event, is downstairs. Tone, Bruce, well, you can't blame him for having a go today.
No, he tried very hard, and that last one showed the normal Bruce Neville. I thought, oh, he's back, but just a little bit too late. But the first one, I thought he was on a good roll, starting off with that first one, but he definitely didn't finish it how he should have.
Kerb, should be happy with your day out. The women's jump was fantastic, and you really put the pressure on Emma.
Yeah, Mark, I actually felt the same. I started off with my first jump not so great, the second one, and I really wanted to finish it with a big one, but it just wasn't so. But I definitely put the pressure on Emma, but this is her town, her favourite place in the whole world is skiing. She's getting pretty much unbeatable here.
And a fitting victory too. Hey, you were down on the dock just as the men were warming up and getting set for their event. What's the atmosphere down there? Pretty pumped up?
Pretty stressful. They're all pretty quiet. You can often tell with the boys when there's not a lot of stress and that involved. They're all joking and jovial and everything, but it's pretty quiet down there now, and everyone's off in the little corner thinking. And so this is a big event for everyone. Moomba has the name of the biggest and the best jump place in the whole world, and so people want to go home being crowned the winner.
Well, let's see if we're going to crown an Aussie the winner today. Curtis Shears still to come. Scotty Ellis, first jump now from the United States of America. And defending champion, I think, here is Scotty Ellis. I'll check that.
Right,
and, Whoa! It looks back. That is a sensational jump, Steve. That is the longest jump we've seen this weekend, and that is not far behind the Holden Suburban World Record marker.
Not at all, Mark. You know, he's really gotten things together there. You can see that he has a very controlled turn, a very controlled start, edges hard into the ramp and gets all the lift, and about there he gets a second lift. Whoa! Pushes out over the front of those skis, and that's an enormous jump to start off with.
And he looks back and lets the crowd know it was a monster. Let's have one more look. The turn, the approach, absolutely sensational.
3.3, Mark.
Wow, that is huge. It is the longest jump of the tournament so far, so we've jumped up a notch. 63.3. Scott Ellis, the 28-year-old from Lakeland, Florida. Andrew Barnett is down on the dock. AB, I think we're going to have to give those Suburban keys away.
Mate, we certainly are. Well, I'm down here. I've plucked the supermodels out of the Gary and Warren Smith VIP enclosure, and I reckon I've got the best job at Moomba down here. Well, this is what they're jumping for, guys. The Holden Jackaroo, that's going off for a world record today, and of course, Scott Ellis, he's pumping him up with a big 63 on the first one. Now, girls, who are you going for?
Oh, Brucey, baby, he's got my tip.
And
I'm going for Jarrett.
And for Jarrett and
Curtis.
And Curtis. Well, the girls are certainly excited. They're pumping the boys up down here. Scott's got a great jump of 63 on his first one. And guys, the Holden Jackaroo, let's hope we can hand some keys over later on this afternoon.
Yes, righto, Andrew. Just make sure that's all you hand over, will you?
Can I have his job next year?
Yeah, we'll chase.
Good on you, Steve.
You get paid $1,000 for 10 minutes up here, Steve. Didn't you know that? Scotty Harris, what a great opening jump. 63.3. Fantastic effort. I wonder how much further he can go with Curtis Shears, Freddie Kruger, Ryan Fitz and Jarrett Llewellyn still to come.
A real who's who of jumping at the moment. Top 6 guys in the world, including the ever-exciting Ryan Fitz. He's going to show some form today, I'm sure.
You know, Scotty Ellis has won 25 times on the US Pro Tour. This is jump number 2 from Lakeland, Florida, the 28-year-old. And he has everyone's attention right now as he cuts in a lot of speed again. And a big lift by Jingos. That could be even bigger. Oh, he is jumping a mile. 63.3 on the first. That one, well, around about the same hole.
It might not be quite so far.
Yeah. But he's just so dialed in. You start producing jumps like that, the strain on the body, the exhaustion from putting everything into it. Look at him fighting against the boat, the skis on edge, then that rocketing lift. And his nickname is the Rocket Man because he gets that incredible propulsion up into the air. And a huge flight. He even takes the helmet off on the way back down the river just to let the crowd know that he's there for them.
Well, Mark, you know, one of the things that these guys have got against them in a day like today is the speed suits that they wear, which are there to allow the air to flow very cleanly over them, are also extremely hot to wear. So you'll see he rips his helmet off there. He's trying to cool down on the way back. Very hot down here at the river today, and try and collect his thoughts and get ready for another super
third jump.
60.9 he jumped there, Steve, so not as good as the 63.3. But of course he's the leader, with Bruce Neville jumping first, recording a 58.9.
I wonder if Bruce Neville can hold on to second spot. He's with Andrew.
Thanks very much, Mark. Well, it's hotting up down here, but unfortunately for you, Bruce, this afternoon, it was a bit cooler than you'd like, only 58.
Yeah, I definitely cooled off after the last one. You know, I started well. I wanted to start progressively with the 58. I thought that's good. That felt pretty good. But then these gusty winds came up and, you know, really psyched me out. I've been just back on my skis after back surgery. Didn't think I was going to be here at the Moomba, so I'm just rapt to be here, to be honest with you. But
and the last one was just a bit late?
Yeah, last one, I thought I'm going to get late. I'm going to get aggressive and bit off more than I can chew. But you know,
Scotty put a big 63 out on the first one. That was a monster. That's certainly going to make the boys chase some.
You know, Scotty here, every year he comes out here and just, he looks pretty, not flash through the round, but like he always seems to put one big one out there, and he just has, and these conditions are going to be tough.
All right, mate. Well, he's got one more to go, guys. We might get Bruce up in the commentary box to give us a help up there.
Yeah, that'd be handy. Jump number 3 for Scott Ellis. Gee, hold on to your seats at home, folks. This is fantastic jump skiing from the US champion. And he's left this one very late. He's having a big attack. And he's got the lift. Oh, that is another big jump. Will it be further than his first?
I think it's further than his second. I don't know whether it was quite as far as his first.
Well, the interesting thing here is the way this will ignite the rest of the field. All of those guys waiting down on the dock with Andrew saw that 63.3, and they have now, the heartbeats have skipped up, I'm sure, a few extra pumps.
You got it, Mark. You know, so often is the case when someone early in the round goes out and puts up a huge jump that it just jacks the guys up. They get it all pumped and they go out and do some big stuff.
So much more action to come. Please do not go away. We'll be back with more from the Masters after this. In the middle of the men's jump final, it only gets hotter from here on in. 4 competitors to go. The first of them, Curtis Shears, on a high from his sister's victory in the women's jump. A thrilling victory it was to over Tony Neville. This is Curtis Shears on jump number 1. You'll see that very tight grip on the handle. He'll be strangling that at the moment. Working now, repositions those hands, leans away, and away he goes now to the bottom. Full strain on the arms and shoulders, kicks the top, and a great opening leap from the young Aussie.
Notice too a plastic bag just as he cut their mark past the Pura Milk Tower. And that will be subsequently picked up by the officials on the course. Didn't seem to affect him, though.
No, he's very mentally strong, despite his age of 22. 59.5. He needs to find another 4 metres to knock off Scotty Ellis. He's very capable. He's got a great coaching staff down there. Had physio on his ankle, which was reconstructed only a few weeks ago. And that's the one. I'll tell you what, that is a great-looking jump. That's bigger. He is dialed right in, Curtis Shears.
Seemed to get more lift on that one.
Yeah, he looks great. And Emma is watching downstairs. Em, you've got to be very happy with where Curtis is and what he's doing.
Yeah, I'm really happy with what he's doing, Mark. He's doing a very good job at the moment. So I don't think he's real happy with that one. He seemed to slap his leg a little, so he's going to want to go a bit further on the next one because there's some big guys to follow.
Now, we're just having a look at the replay, but as far as a jump goes, technically, that was perfect. Maybe, if anything, you may want to leave that cut a little later. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, I think so. He seems to be doing what his sister was doing on his first 2 jumps and not being quite late enough. So he's going to want to bring it down a little bit on this one and go a bit further, I think.
So you and Coach Ray Stokes will be just waving him to come down the river a little further?
Yeah, I think so. That's going to be about what it's going to take to go further, that's for sure.
59 even. He got his best jump as his first, 59.5.
59.
Well, he's got more to come, no doubt about that. Okay, Andrew Barnett is down on the dock with Scott Ellis, the leader.
Yeah, the man that's got the check in his pocket at the moment. It's got a big jump on the first one, 63, but I think you probably would have liked a couple more metres just today.
Yeah, I think probably 2 more meters. I think I would have closed the door, but 63, I tell you, in these guys' minds, is a warm-up jump, basically.
How hard is it after a nice big jump in the opener to follow it up? You're obviously just trying to build on that from there?
Yeah, it is. Sometimes it's tough, but if you just basically do the same thing, do the same cut, work on little bitty things, you'll increase your distances by, 2 or 3 meters at a time.
Well, Curtis is sitting down at the city, and he was in a similar position to yourself, a couple of nice jumps. What has he got to change on this last one to get the big one?
I tell you, basically just hold his angle through the ramp. You can see him kick, and he kind of banks a little bit towards the crowd. If he can hold his direction, he's got a little bit of extra adrenaline right now with his sister winning, so he's got that on his side. He's just got to jump like Curtis, and he'll come away.
Okay, well done. You got the check in your pocket at the moment. We'll let you go up and watch the rest of the guys.
Yeah, I get distressed now.
Yeah, another nice position to be in, although he has got the score on the board.
He sits in first place. 4 big guns. Curtis out there, Freddie Kruger to come, Ryan Fitz and Jarrett Llewellyn. Well, Jarrett Llewellyn is just ice cool and a tremendous competitor. Freddie Kruger can do anything, is explosive. Ryan Fitz ditto.
Explosive is the name for Ryan Fitz, I tell you.
There's Mum Kay Shears watching on nervously. The Shears cheer squad, the family from all around the state of Victoria, here to support Curtis and Emma. And I think Curtis won't disappoint them on this jump. Away he goes, third and final attempt. Last jump for Curtis Shears of Moomba 2000, the 40th year of the Masters. In a great position, turns now, nice turn. He's going to have a lot of speed if he can work it. No. Plenty of speed, but couldn't get the lift off the top of the ramp, and a 59.5 on the opener will be the best for Curtis Shears, and he slots at the moment into second position behind Scotty Ellis.
Freddie Kruger, Ryan Fitz and Jarrett Llewellyn to come. Let's take a look on what he did and what he did wrong.
Well, this looks good. I really had a great approach, Steve, I thought.
Yes, I agree with you, Mark, there. It looked like he turned late enough and brought it down the lake a little bit. Had plenty of speed in the ramp, and I was very surprised to see him sort of back off on that one and end up on his heels. You can see he snowplows a little bit here, so he's very wide, a little faster than he wants, but gets the skis right around. Lots of angle, cutting hard through the wakes, and I was expecting a big push off the ramp, but no, Curtis elected to just sit and let that one go. Remember, again, only a few weeks away from ankle surgery, and so him and Bruce Neville doing extremely well just to be in the finals today.
48.6 his final jump, so easily his best was his first, 59.5. Halfway through the men's jump final, Freddie Kruger is next, and then Ryan Fitz and Jarrett Llewellyn.
Well, Emma is downstairs. A nice safe set for Curtis. He would have liked a little bit further, obviously.
Yeah, he would have liked a lot further. He's going to be really disappointed with that. I think I'm going to have to leave him alone for a little while before I go see him, that's for sure. It's definitely not what he wanted to do, so he'll be really disappointed.
Well, another year and a big year ahead for both of you. You'll both head off to the US Tour and the World Cup circuit through Europe and the US?
Yeah, well, we'll head off there in the next couple of weeks, actually, and try and defend a few titles that we have over there, so it'll be a really big year.
All right, Em, well done. You've got off to a winning start. Good luck for the year ahead, and good luck at the US Masters particularly.
Thanks a lot, Mark.
All right, well done, Em. We'll have a look at our scoreboard, and there it is. Scotty Ellis, the man to chase at the moment, 63.3 metres. Curtis Shears, 59.5. Bruce Neville, 58.9. And look at these names still to come. Freddie Kruger, who can be, well, a tremendous competitor. We're looking forward to something big from Freddie. Ryan Fitz is still to come, and Jarrett Llewellyn from Canada. And Curtis Shears, who was just out on the water, second spot, 59.5 with Andrew.
Thanks, Mark. Well, bittersweet for the Shears family today, mate. It was Emma's day, but not your day today.
Definitely wasn't. I was all pumped up, ready to go, and setups were okay. I just was losing the pull into the bottom.
It looked like you had enough speed and you're carrying enough speed coming up to that tower on that last one. A boom off a big one, but you just couldn't put it together.
No, just can't even tell you what went wrong. I'm a bit disappointed right now, but just losing the pull into the bottom, you can't jump far when you do that.
Yeah, and you could certainly hear the crowd pumping you up out there. They were certainly on the edge of their seats.
Oh, yeah, it's a normal Moomba Monday atmosphere. It was, I was wanting to boot one off, but just couldn't.
Yeah, I know you're disappointed. We'll let you go up and crack a beer and enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Well done.
Good on you, AB. Good on you, Curtis. Oh, Freddie Kruger first jump. No, problem with the boat. It did look very late. Yes. But he's going to get a bit of a cool down swim because there is a problem with the boat. And
we don't often see that.
No, that's very unusual, and particularly on the Yarra now, which is in such great condition thanks to the work of Parks Victoria. The boat judge there just radioing through to the chief judge to let him know the situation, but it would appear as though there may have been some debris that might have been picked up by the propeller or the speedos which sit underneath the boat, and the driver electing then, rather than take any risk at all, to just drop the skiers safely in the water and take them back down to the far end. What means that Freddie will go back for the start of his 3 jumps again. His sister Laurie is in the stand. Laurie, did the heart come up into the mouth when you saw him go past the tower that time?
Yes, I was not aware of the boat stopping, and I was just watching him, and I thought, jeepers, that's a late cut, especially with this tailwind.
Well, we don't want to see you fall out of the stand there.
No, I'm nervous enough. I don't need to fall out of the stands.
Laurie, Freddie's form at the moment, he has been fantastic in the jump event.
Yes, he has been doing very well. I know that he gets really pumped up to jump here at the Yarra because it's such a big jump tournament. So if he can just keep his nerves down and just boot a big one, I know he'll go far.
He's in form. He won the opening World Cup of the year.
Excuse me, I didn't hear you.
He's in form at the moment. He won the opening World Cup last week.
Yes, last weekend he started the year out right. He booted a big one and came out with a win. So if he can just hold his competition here and hold his nerves down, he should do really well.
And hopefully you can hold your nerves down as well. We'll talk to you a little bit later on, Laurie. Just enjoy the jumping for now. Freddie Kruger, 3 jumps to come. Ryan Fitz and Jarrett Llewellyn. Freddie, a picture of concentration.
Yes, Mark, and it would be fair to say that these next 3 jumpers, Freddie, Ryan Fitz, and Jarrett Llewellyn, are the 3 informed jumpers in the world at the moment. We had Scotty Ellis, who was out there really going well. Obviously has the top jump of the day. Curtis and Bruce, a little injured, but these 4, Curtis, Ryan, Freddie, and Jarrett are the 4 to watch this weekend, and out of one of these 4 is going to come a winner.
All right, let's see if it's going to be Freddie Kruger. This is jump number 1 now as he edges out wide, the advantage ski line stretched, reaching away, keeping his body from the boat, turns inward now. Nice conservative start. Big leap off the top. Hey, that is a nice opening jump. That is 60 plus just to get things going.
For sure, Mark.
Well, a good looking leap and a great way to start too. Nice gentle approach, plenty of speed.
Exactly, Mark. You'd have a hard time folding that jump. You can see that he turns here with a nice tight line, keeps his head nice and vertical. He's watching the ramp the whole way, edging all the way in and getting a great jump right over the front of the skis. Skis spread to get the best air form he can find, and a really, really good, solid opening jump. Probably not the longest one out there yet, but something definitely that he can build on.
Let's take a look at it on the Australian Unity Super Slow-Mo.
Excellent angle here. You can really see those skis pushed up into Freddie's body. He gets really low on them, lots of pull on the rope, and then the big explosive power off the top of the ramp.
60.8, Steve.
60.8. That's a great opening jump. It's really something that Freddie can build on, and I've seen this guy time and time again take it from the first and build all the way through to an enormous jump on the 3rd jump.
Bruce Neville's rejoined us downstairs. Bruce, what did you think of that one?
Well, it was a pretty nice start there for Freddie. You know, got his legs off the top of the ramp, but he is way early, unlike Freddie Kruger I've seen in the past. He usually hammers down much later on his first jump, and he was just a little early, unlike Freddie. So standing here with Karen, his wife, and she said he's got to bring it down a lot later than that. She coaches him, and we'll see if he listens.
Let's hope he does. A wise husband would always listen to the wife.
For sure, Peter.
Great crowd here this afternoon on Moomba Monday. And the last 3 skiers will probably have a slight advantage in. There's an incoming tide now. The tide at its lowest here on the Yarra at the moment. It's very low, actually. And you can see the crowds there on the south bank, the carnival in the background, Government House, and the currently being renovated Sydney Mire Music Bowl. And Freddie Kruger's going to try to renovate the scoreboard now with his 2nd jump. 60.8. Scotty Ellis, our leader, was 63.3. Curtis Shear's best was 59.5, and Bruce Neville, who's with us downstairs, jumped 58.9.
Well, I tell you what, he's pretty late on this one. He's brought it down. He's listened to the wife. That's a much better start. It's coming in hard. Oh, it's a big one.
Big jump.
And a huge jump there for Freddie.
That is up there with Scott Ellis. He may have taken the lead. It's very close. We'll wait for the measurement.
Freddie either listening to Bruce or his wife, one of the 2, but definitely bringing in a later cut there. Gets right down past the milk tower, the Pura tower. Very strong cut into the bottom of the ramp, and you'll see the big difference here is the lift stays up in the air that much longer, travels that much further down the river, and a huge jump there for his 2nd jump. Here's Freddie once more, coming through the wakes. Again, very compact on those skis, getting really low into the bottom of the ramp. You can see he wants to kick this one.
63.3, Steve. He's equal leader with Scott Ellis.
There we go. Another beautiful jump from Freddie. Perfect air form there. You can see him really pushing forward on the skis. Great jump.
All right, well, let's go down to our presentation area now. Mark, 2 equal leaders up here. What have you got for us?
Well, a fantastic men's jump event unfolding. We saw a great women's event, and the 3 winners are with me now. Britta Llewellyn in 3rd. Britta, congratulations. Once again, your jumping just seems to be getting better and better.
Thank you very much. I'm very pleased with it. I said in the beginning of the season I want to stay within the first 3, and I did, and I'm happy with it.
Well done. Tremendous result. Tony, you and Emma fought it out at the World Championships. You were at each other again today in the event. Well done.
Yeah, I enjoyed myself, but Emma just seems to always come out on top. Next time I'll get it, eh?
Do you think you'll give her a turn, Em, one day?
I'm not sure.
she seems to get enough turns, I think. Last weekend she did all right too, so I don't know about that.
A great weekend for you, a tremendous way to finish off, and this was a very important tournament, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really important for me. My dad would have liked to have been here watching us, so I'm really pleased to have done so well.
I'm sure he was watching you today. Well done. Tremendous result. And Derek McMillan from Australian Unity. Derek, great for Australian Unity to be involved once again.
Oh, yes, terrific. And it was great to see an Australian girl looking after us and winning the event.
Absolutely. Well, shall we do the duties?
Yes,
and
absolutely.
Make you wealthier, girls. Congratulations. Firstly to Britta and to Tony.
Thank you very much.
And of course to Emma, congratulations.
Emma, well
Thank you very much.
Girls, congratulations. Thank you very much, Derek. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And Peter, back upstairs to you.
Thanks, Mark. Third and final for Freddie Kruger.
Terrific. Thanks, guys.
Great, thank you.
And we'll take that jump in just a moment. Here it is. Freddie Kruger, equal leader with 63.3 with Scotty Ellis. His third and final attempt. Can he beat Ellis with Ryan Fitz and Jarrett Llewellyn to come?
And another late cut there for Freddie. He edges right hard into the ramp. Good kick, a little bit of a spread. Way down the lake, though, he's landing. And you can see Freddie's a little disappointed with that. He had the win for a take there. First equal there with Scott Ellis at the moment. A little disappointed there, but I think that was a long jump. We'll have to wait and see.
Only two guys can beat him, Ryan Fitz and Jarrett Llewellyn. We'll take a break. Back with their efforts in just a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back to Moomba, the Moomba Masters. Freddie Kruger's last jump was 60.3 metres, so we check the leaders board with two skiers to go. Scott Ellis and Freddie Kruger, our equal leaders, 63.3. Curtis Shears has 59.5 and Bruce Neville 58.9. Ryan Fitz and Jarrett Llewellyn to come. And the first jump now of Ryan Fitz, who can do anything on his day. What's he going to do here? Mark Beretta rejoins us.
Well, thank you very much, Pete. And I just get excited. He's an exciting jumper, Ryan Fitz. And he's been on the dock. The tension has been building. He's probably the least experienced of these guys, and he'll be feeling it. So here he comes on jump number one. Incredibly late approach. A lot of speed. He's let it go. Oh, boy, he's gone so close to the net on that jump. And there is a safety net down beneath us in the commentary position. A few skiers have been there. Franz Oberleitner, the Austrian's been in for a bit of a look. Our very own John Livingston's had a close look at the net downstairs, and Ryan Fitz almost was one of the most recent skiers to have a look. Here is jump number two, just a few moments ago as he turns in. And a good approach, couldn't quite get all the lift, but one of the world's greatest jumpers of all time. Two-time world champion Bruce Neville joins us on the dock downstairs. Bruce, what do you think of what you're seeing from Ryan Fitz?
What I see is absolutely nuts. This guy runs the boat so close to the ramp. He runs the boat like 15 feet closer than any other skier. So from the time he leaves the wakes to the jump, he's got no time whatsoever. And it's absolutely frightening stuff for a jumper's perspective. Crowd perspective, it's excitement, I tell you.
He's got 52.7 plus a pass, so he hasn't got much left in the tank, has he?
Two leaders at the moment. Scott Ellis, 63.3. Level with that is Freddie Kruger. Freddie's with Andrew.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. Freddie, we noticed down here the wind was swirling around a little bit on your first one. It's settled down a bit, but certainly nice and flat now.
Yeah, you know, that's just part of being here. It's kind of been like that all day, and it was luck of the draw. You know, I had a couple nice jumps, and I'm sure, you know, Ryan has been pretty nice, but I'm sure for Jared, he might get one or two that are really nice.
I know that you were disappointed. I mean, I know you don't want to tie with these guys. You want to take it away and win, but you looked a little bit disappointed after that last one.
I'm a lot disappointed because I've been jumping well, really well, and I came here, and to not get my legs is not like me, and I didn't ever feel like I really exploded. So
yeah, this guy Ryan Fitz, he's really unique with this boat inside the 45, isn't he? I mean, we were just saying before, he's actually scary to watch sometimes.
You know, I've been jumping a long time, and he's pushing the envelope, and what he's doing is working. So I mean, we don't really argue with him about it, but he is on the edge.
All right, mate, we'll let you sit up here with Scott and so you can fight over that check. Well done.
Thanks.
All right, back we come now with Ryan Fitz. Final attempt, make or break, fly or die, as the boys say. And away goes Ryan Fitz in a good position, a lot of speed. Oh, big lift, I'll tell you what, he's flown! He has flown! It's all been worth it. Ryan Fitz might have just jumped into the lead. An incredible lead.
That fly or die attitude, that approach, it seems to be working for Fitz.
I reckon he's got it, Pete.
I think he has. Won't be by much, but it's well up there.
Oh, I think that's about 64 or so. I think we've got a new leader.
And you know, Mark, on this one, he didn't actually turn that late, but he paused and he stalled his turn a little bit, brought himself right down, and ended up only just getting on, gets his legs, gets the boot, gets the carry, and down the lake he lands.
Wow.
I think that could be the leader.
He thinks it is too. Well,
he liked it.
Making his way back down to the dock. Have a look on Super Slow-Mo. This was textbook. Bruce, I don't know if you can see this, but it was a great jump.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, and he's looking unreal. He gets his skis chattering into the bottom. He's moving around. He's got it, has he? Oh, great stuff.
63.3.
63.3.
Another one.
We can't have a three-way jump off, can we?
Well, we might have to.
63.3. 3 at the top.
Never before have I seen 3 jumpers tied for the lead. Never before.
Ryan Fitz won't believe his luck. He can't believe it. It was a fantastic jump, but he just needed to find 10 centimetres. Would have done it. Oh, he'll be wishing he'd thrown his head forward a little bit more.
He should have cut later.
Oh, well, Ryan Fitz, I'll tell you, he's got every reason to be very, very happy. That was a great jump, but he is level pegged at the moment. He's right with you, Andrew.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Straight out of the water, Fitzy, mate. That was a sensational jump, but in the same hole as the other boys.
Yeah, I kind of backed it up a little bit because I didn't want to pass it down my first one, but still I got in too deep and was too late, so I had to let her go. And then all I had was 2 jumps left, and once I messed up on my second one, I knew that I had to just get my lift and just float one out there.
We all thought it was a little bit further than 63, and by the way you're throwing your hands in there, you thought it might have been a little bit further as well.
Yeah, I felt like I had a lot more speed than the rest of my other 63s that I had. And I mean, I thought for sure you can push it out to like 64.
It looks like that boat inside the 45 is really working for you.
Yeah, so far.
Oh, that's great. We'll see you in the night jump tonight, but we'll let the guys go and nail-bite it out. Guys, we might have another run-off in the men's jump as well.
What a thrilling situation we have, Andrew. Thanks very much. And look at the reaction here from Ryan Fitz. He knows he's put a big one together. He just knows, too, that he's level pegged. And tremendous response from the crowd. They really thought that was an awesome jump.
Yeah, well, we did up here, but it's up to Jarrett Llewellyn now.
Well, what about Jarrett's situation? If he goes over 63.4 or better, he wins the event. If he goes under 63.3, he's 4th.
Yeah.
He's either 1st or 4th.
We got that fly or die thing coming through again, I think.
Boy, this is an incredible event. Look, it always promised to be something great, and it certainly is. Away goes the flying Canadian now from Innisfail, and a big leap. Oh, boy! Oh, he might have done it on the first jump.
I think he has.
Definitely got the lift, definitely got the legs on that one. It's just a matter of whether he had enough speed.
Wow, what an event we are seeing this year. The 40th year has given us something to remember.
What do you think, Mark? 63.3?
Oh, every chance in the world. Let's see if he's got any room to take a little later. I think he has. That was an awesome flight, and he's well within himself. Got it all together. That's where you want to be now. Just cut a little bit later on this next one. Super slow-mo. Hey, Brucey, take us through this.
Well, Jarrett's a really progressive jumper. Starts really easy here, and he really builds the speed into the bottom. He's gently pressing.
63.8.
Just building it. 63.8. I tell you what, this guy's incredible. World record, but you can see him pushing here in the air, squeezing everything out of the jump, everything out of the flight.
Wow.
And that's it.
He's a winner.
He is.
That's
he
it.
is again.
Too easy.
Well, the other boys will have to sort out the remainder of the placings, which, if it goes like the slalom, will be off world rankings. So what an awesome performance from Jarrett Llewellyn. Bruce, what's the situation here? He's won the event. Will he come in? Will he give up?
No, Jarrett, he likes cars, and there's one here for grabs for the world record, so I'm pretty sure he's going to keep staying out there. That was a pretty easy cut for Jarrett. He just got his legs and really got good air form and floated down there. So, you know, I think we're going to see Jarrett bring it down a little later and try and push the envelope a little bit. It's a big ask, but you never know.
It's a big prize.
It's a big prize, and he's on fine form at the moment, and he's the one that can do it. You can see there he had plenty in reserve, and let's see how he goes. Look at the stats. Incredible stuff.
It'll take a while to read all those out. He'd be home and showered by the time we did. 63.8 is first. Jarrett Llewellyn. Can he get the car?
Well, he is a consummate professional. He did it just the way he'd want to on the first jump. He's taken the pressure off himself. And now, if he desires, he can have a crack at that world record. Waiting now, makes his approach again. This is fantastic, a lot of speed. And the lift, that is another big jump. Wow, that might be just a smidge less, but he is right up there. And he's just proving to the rest of the boys that, hey, I deserve this title.
Just trying to show who's boss there. I know Jared already has a Suburban. He owns one already. It'd probably like a hers one as well as a his.
Imagine, I don't think Britta could see over the steering wheel in the Suburban. Well, the great approach. There he's got that cut really dialed out. Bruce, if he's going to find extra distance, how will he do it?
How's he going to do it? I think he's going to have to really commit himself into the bottom of the ramp. Here he had the cut. He really laid into it on the first side, building a lot of speed here, but he just didn't commit forward enough and keep his direction off the top of the ramp. And Jared, when he doesn't jump as well, he lifts that left shoulder and he just loses so much when he does that.
62.9. They're giving him Bruce. Not quite as good, about a metre short of his first effort.
It's hard to come back after that, like after a win, it really is.
All right, well, it has been a long weekend of jumping. Jared Llewellyn is the final man on the water for the 40th year of the Moomba Masters.
Been a good weekend for the Llewellyns, though, just the same, hasn't it? He's won the overall, and now he's won the jump.
Yeah, and he's been pushed all the way. He hasn't had it all his own way. He took out the trick event in a runoff with Ryan Green, which was a great result for Australia. And now he's had to work to get the jump.
Many people thought Ryan had that. I think Ryan believed it too, but it wasn't to be.
No, Ryan's got a long time ahead of him.
Well, that's it. And, you know, Jared is the world champion in the trick event, world champion in the jump event as well, and just really showing his stuff today, pulling it out when it counted in the tricks, and obviously again here in the jump.
One jump to go for Jared, but he's won it, and we've got 3 equal seconds. Ellis, Kruger and Fitz to be decided, as you said, Mark, on rankings. Curtis Shears 59.5 and Bruce Neville 58.9. So one jump to complete our commitments, after which we'll have the presentation.
I've just had confirmation that the list that you saw on screen, that is the way that they will finish. The rankings have been added in there. So poor old Ryan Fitz, he jumped 63.3, but he's bumped to 4th place and misses a medal. Here's the final jump of the Moomba Masters for the year 2000. A shot at the world record for Jared Llewellyn, a lot of speed in. And he's got the big lift to go with it. Is it good enough? It's another big jump. An awesome performance by Jared Llewellyn, and he is the master for the year 2000, the first of the new century, and a fitting result, and the crowd will come to its feet. There's a Canadian flag or two bobbing up on the Alexandra Garden side of the river here, and a lot of support for this wonderful competitor. I can't even imagine a day where we don't see Jared Llewellyn and Britta back here. Gets a big wave. The maple leaf flag of Canada has appeared, and Jared Llewellyn will take the spoils of victory. As you said earlier, Pete, a fantastic weekend for him. There's wife Britta on the dock, and they celebrate a tremendous moment. 62.3 on that final jump, not his longest. The winning jump, 63.8 metres. No his and hers Suburbans this weekend, but there will be others. And Jared Llewellyn, I'm sure, very, very happy down there. Great scenes down on the dock, Andrew, with Jared Llewellyn.
Well, he did just what Chris Parrish did. He led from start to finish. Jared, a fantastic jump this afternoon. Well done.
I'm pleased, you know.
You look like you really put it together on that first one, and just the last couple just pushing for that record.
Yeah, last weekend I was going a little bit hard, and all week I backed up and tried to get my legs, and I was just lucky to get it on the first, because the river can change every year. We know that. And I mean, everyone jumped unreal. It's unbelievable. They all tied for second. So
when you're sitting up here behind us, you've got 3 guys on 63.3. What's going through your mind? You look really cool, calm, focused.
Just watching the conditions and just trying to watch everyone. You know, I just stay calm. You know, if someone would have went out and went 65, that probably would have made the heart go crazy. But 63, it was doable. So just have a smart set, and that's what I started out, and I was lucky to get it on my.
And Britta, he did well today, didn't he?
Oh, I'm very pleased.
All right, fantastic, guys. That's it for us down here for this year, guys. We've had a great tournament, and we'll look forward to your company again next year from down on the dock with Britta and Jared.
Thanks very much, Andrew. Great work down there over the 3 days of this tournament. I think we'll be seeing a bit of the Canadian flag in action tonight.
Oh, Canada.
And a great result for Jared Llewellyn. He really has asserted his dominance, Steve.
Oh, yeah, definitely, Mark. And you can really see that big grin on Jared's face. He's truly, truly happy to win this event. It's definitely one of the biggest events there. Well, it is the biggest event, basically, on the world calendar. And
that was his dad.
Smiles.
Just give him a hug, too. His dad's made the trip for the first time. This is Jared's 9th trip to the Masters, and his father's come along for the first time. Mark Lane there, his training partner, congratulates him. And Steve Bush, the Canadian coach, has come for the first time, and Steve will be charging down there in a minute too.
Exactly.
Congratulate Jared.
Lots of slaps on the backs, lots of hugs.
Absolutely.
Great effort.
Thanks to Brucey Neville downstairs too for your great efforts, Bruce.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. Pretty happy with for Jared there. Anyway, I didn't like to see my name down at the bottom of the list, but it was a tall order to get up there to beat that guy. He's right on form, and we'll have to chase him through the US season, see how it goes.
Well, we wish you luck, Bruce. The back after this weekend, feeling good?
The back's back, Mark.
What else can we say, I guess?
As long as you're back.
Great to see. Bruce, good luck for the season ahead. We'll see you at the Masters back here next year. Look forward to seeing you then.
All right, thanks a lot, guys.
And to Steve Cockram upstairs with us. Steve, thanks for your time, and a great year ahead for you. Good luck to you, and we'll see you back here at the Masters 2001.
For sure, Mark. Yes, like I say, the Moomba event is definitely the biggest on the calendar, and it's one that's been a little bit of a thorn on my side, but we'll get rid of that thorn, and hopefully next year it'll be the one.
Not as big a thorn as your golf swing. Keep working on that over the year ahead too.
You mean you showed the bad shots?
I didn't think there were any others. Steve, thanks very much. See you later.
Thanks a lot, Mark. Peter.
Good on you, Steve. Great having Steve up here. That might be somebody I could beat at golf after watching him.
Absolutely. The city of Melbourne, beautiful. We've had the best weather ever for the Masters. We'll be back to wrap it up. Presentations coming up after this break. Well, we couldn't have got a better day to celebrate 40 years of the Masters. The sun shining over Melbourne as it has for 3 days and produced some magnificent results. And right now we celebrate one of those great results, a career best tournament for Ryan Green, a second place in tricks after a runoff with Jarrett Llewellyn, an awesome personal best jump, and a tremendous result in overall finishing second there as well. And he earns the Max Kerwin Trophy for the most outstanding Australian skier. It has been a tremendous weekend, one you'll remember.
Yeah, it definitely has, Mark. Probably definitely the best tournament I've ever had, and I can't complain. I've had a ripper of a weekend.
Well, some of the greatest Australian skiers of all time have won this tournament, Max, and won this trophy, I should say. And Ryan, there was just no other choice this year.
He was the judge's unanimous decision, and I agree with every part of it. It was a fantastic effort by you, and as has already been said, there's some magnificent names on there, and I'm sure you'll be proud to be one of them.
Yeah, for sure.
Ryan, congratulations. I guess a big confidence booster this weekend, because you've proved amongst the world's best that you can get up there, you can chase, and you will soon beat Jarrett Llewellyn.
Well, I hope so. Jarrett's a very tough competitor, and it's been a big stepping stone for me this year to get as close as I have, and he's a great competitor, but I'll still be chasing him for years to come.
And the year for you just beginning, of course, you'll be off overseas.
Yeah, I'm going to be off to the States in about May, and hopefully follow the World Cup tour, and hopefully get some good results over in the States.
Well, we look forward to following your progress and reading about all those great results. Congratulations, Ryan.
Great, thanks.
And we will get a hold of that trophy for you. It takes a lot of effort just to hold it up, so Max, you can hand that over at some later stage. Congratulations to you. We'll be back with more the men's jump presentation straight after the break.
When you're walking out on the street and the and the humidity we breathe. We watch the lightning crackle the cane fields, laugh and think that this is Australia.
And there are the results of the men's jump. The 40th year of the Masters, Jarrett Llewellyn, 63.8, Scott Ellis, 63.3, Freddie Krueger, 63.3, and Ryan Fitz, 63.3. The Aussies, Curtis Shears, 59.5, and Bruce Neville, 58.9. They finished down at the bottom of the list there, unfortunately, this year round. But history has been made. We've never seen anywhere in the world a three-way tie for second place on 63.3 metres. Guys, a tremendous effort. Firstly, Freddie, a big jump by you. I guess you must have thought that you had it there for a while.
Not really. I knew with Jarrett and Ryan coming out behind me, I knew we left the door open a little bit, and figured Jarrett was going to get it down, if not Ryan.
Now, Ryan, you gave us a thriller. We were worried there for a while after the first two jumps that we might have been in for something, well, big and scary today, but your last jump was fantastic.
Yeah, it took me a while to put it together. I always hate passing on my first one, but when I get in too deep like that, I have to. But I'm glad to put it together on the last one. I had to take a little bit easier cut and just pulled off another 63.3.
And an important tournament for you here, isn't it? I mean, at this stage of your career, as you're developing up amongst these guys, that was an important result.
Yeah, I mean, this is my third trip to Moomba, and first 2 years it wasn't so well. And I'm glad to finally get up here in the top, here at Moomba, because it's a difficult site to ski at, but once you get used to it into the groove, it's just like any other site.
Well, we're glad you found your way, and we'll see you back next year.
Yeah, we'll be back.
Good on you, Ryan. And one man who's been here many times before is Scott Ellis. Scott, today you handed over to Jarrett, but boy, it wasn't easy, was it?
No, it wasn't easy. Maybe some of these guys will give me some dinner tonight for setting the pace. But I'll tell you, these guys are tough competitors. Everybody on the dock today could have won at any time. And that's the way jumping's come down to it, is you cannot mess up at all. And someone will come up behind you.
Scotty, did you imagine that we might ever see a three-way tie for second place? I mean, it was an incredible event.
Yeah, never. I knew after my first jump I set the pace and it was a good jump, but I didn't think it was going to hold, definitely not for second, and not for two other guys that time me. We didn't jump as far as we did the last couple of years, but I tell you, I think the competition was a little bit more fierce this year.
It absolutely was. I think it's the hottest one we've seen in 40 years, and the victor is Jarrett Llewellyn, the Canadian. Jarrett, congratulations, you did it well today.
Thanks. Last year Scott was on fire. He won both events, and Fitzy came in here, and we can't make it easy on him. He's a rookie, you can't let him just walk away with things like that. But it was, the conditions changed. I think the guys that went out first actually had a little bit of a tailwind, and I got the luck of the draw. Sometimes it goes the other way. Sometimes the wind changes and goes the other way, and I ended up with flat conditions. So. All
right, Joe, congratulations. We've got the money from Doug Rudder of Holden, and congratulations to all you guys. A tremendous performance. Doug, please go ahead, give the boys their money. As we say, a very good afternoon to everyone from the Yarra River. Thanks for your company. We'll see you next year.
This program brought to you by Australian Unity.
Who